Like you said, it has been a really long time. It will be special.
We have beat them twice this season so far, but each time has been a battle.
They're a good side, but so are we.
We just want to bring silverware back for everyone.
Back point! Oh my lord! Oh my lord!
Yoshikawa! Incredible!
And that's what Mark Marino does to sides.
It's Fabian Barbiero!
A big occasion on the calendar, the Federation Cup final for 2023. Two teams from the northeast of South Australia with a rivalry that stems many years, and 5 games in the Cup previous to this in the meetings, and all in the way of the MetroStars. A big game here today on the day of the 60-year celebration for Campbelltown City. Could be history added to a night which recognises history as well for the club. A big occasion at ServiceFM Stadium right now. And thank you for joining us for this pre-game here today. I'm your host, Johnny Kecko, alongside a man who knows this cup so well. His 3rd time involved in the cup, 2nd as a commentator, but the first one was as a player in 2005. I'm joined by Mark Talbot. Mate, it's good to have you on board.
Thanks for having me.
It's a big occasion, as we mentioned. The days, actually a nice day out there. After the rain we had this week, I was a little bit worried about what it was going to be like, but it looks like it's turning out to be an okay day for football.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, we were worried with the amount of rain we've had this week. I was worried. I still saw it and I was like, oh, what's going to happen? But the pitch has held up brilliantly. We've already had 2 games on it and it's held up amazingly with the 18s and reserves. So I'm expecting a really good game.
Yes, and as we do mention about the 2 games prior today, they've both gone into extra time. The reserves game as well, Campbelltown City winning that over NTC, and currently half-time in the extra time there between Modbury Gepps and Adelaide United reserves, who are 2-1 up Modbury Gepps. So an interesting game there, which means, unfortunately, as it stands, there will be a delay on our senior game today. So instead of the 2:30 kickoff, we will have a 2:55 kickoff, unless it goes to penalties, which means it may be a little bit longer. But we're hoping, the way it stands, Modbury might be winning at the moment, so we'll see how that all pans out. But we can look forward to seeing who will get the job done. Modbury and Morrison Tully and his men are out there supporting his reserves team, which is great to see.
Yeah, the whole first in there. I saw Timmy Henderson earlier and all the boys lined up there watching. So it's great to have the seniors come out and watch the reserves and the head coach.
Absolutely, and you're keeping nice and warm as well. You're wearing your Sammy D Foundation hat,
yes.
beanie, sorry.
Yeah, so we jumped on board, the Sammy D Foundation jumped on board to support and whatnot. So
yep.
It's been brilliant, and so you might see from some of the crowd shots, lots of these beanies out there today.
There's heaps out there. Today's game they're proudly supporting Sammy D Foundation, which is a great organisation to support, and we're looking forward to the game today as well. What an occasion, mate! As a former player, how does this week feel as a player leading into something like this big?
The whole week itself is pretty much usual job. Try and just get into the training sessions and do the right thing leading into the game. The day is a little bit different. You know that it's a cup, so you know that there's a little bit more to it. But overall, I wouldn't have tried to change too much during the week. I was chatting with Danny before the game, and he was just saying it's a usual week. Get in, do the sessions, but today's it's a whole different ball game. Once you get here and start your warm up, things like that, there's certainly a different feel about it.
Absolutely. What do you enjoy most about Cup Week? What was the best feeling about Cup Week?
When I played, it was just knowing that you've got it's the game. Like, you know that you've got your final series, but the cup is something else. It always is, always has been, and always will be. It's one game. It's a knockout comp. You don't perform well, it's game over.
Yep.
Whereas the league, you've always got that little bit of leeway. But cups, there's something special about them.
And it will be very special for Campbelltown City as well. 60-year anniversary. How amazing would it be to take the cup back with them? Might be a little bit late the way it's going, and if it goes into extra time in their game too. But how good would it be?
Well, they'll be hoping it doesn't go to extra time. That's for sure. But they've got their celebration tonight. If they take the trophy back, the celebrations there tonight would just be phenomenal. But it would be a great way to mark their 60th anniversary.
Absolutely. And look at there, there's some MetroStars fans pouring into the grandstand. Obviously, Campbelltown have been here all morning. They were in the reserves grand final, under 18s grand final, which they won this morning. So they're ready to support their other team as well, the senior team, hopefully to get 2 cups in today's game. There's Morris and Tarley there on the bottom right as well. But a big game on today, and we can't do a pre-game for a game that's going to create history here today for either side, but we've got to look back at some of the history as well. And I want to test your memory a little bit, because I know you're interesting. It's on the screen now. That's the first answer. We don't want that just yet, but I want to give you a year, and you got to tell me cup or nup. But that one's given it away, but we'll do it anyway. 1988 is the year. LA Croatia is the team. Cup or nup for them?
I would say cup.
Yep.
But I could be wrong.
You could be wrong, but you are right. There was on the screen there already, but
it didn't have any of the badges, so it was hard to see anyway.
That's easy. Well, that was cup. That was LA Croatia back in the day, winning in 1988. Great win for them. But obviously they're known as LA Croatia Raiders now as well. Yep. So that's very interesting. 3-2 win over Bologna that year, and they went on to win 3 in a row in 1990 as well. So had a year off, and then they came back and won 3 more.
That's
so
impressive, that is.
Yeah, and then let's go maybe into a time you may remember a bit better.
All right, let's give it a
2010 is the year. LA Blue Eagles.
Oh,
cup or nup? Cup or nup?
Oh, okay, so that was my first year back playing, actually.
Oh, was it? Because
yeah,
you were over in. You played it.
I was over in the UK playing.
Yep, and you had time playing in FA Cup as well, which is interesting.
So I did manage to play in the FA Cup, yeah. So that was my first year back. I was actually with Campbelltown that year, and an Olympic. So I'll say they won that cup.
They did. Oh. They won over Metro that year. There we go. There's the cup right there.
Oh, I can name a few
perfect
players
timing
in there as well.
Yes, that was the year they won. Campbelltown lost the year. The way it all works out. It's both teams, and they're both in the grand final together this year. Yeah, there you go. All right, 1976 is the year of this one now. 1976, and Campbelltown Budapest, as they were known back then. Yep. Not now known as Campbelltown City, but there was a bit of a 2 teams merged together back then. Budapest and also Campbelltown. What's your cup or nup prediction?
I'll say nup.
Nup?
Nup.
Mate, congratulations, you got it right. That is a nup, absolutely. Let's take a look at that one. Juventus did win that one against them. 4-0 was the answer, was that one. So 4-0 win. And one thing I forgot to mention as well prior to that, in the LA Blue Eagles game, Michael Petrucciani played in that grand final as well.
For Metro.
Yeah, he played for Metro. Yeah. So he knows exactly what a cup final was like as a player and as a coach as well.
Well, he has won the cup as a player as well. So.
Yes. He has. There he is, Michael Petrucciani.
There,
there he is. Look at that hair.
His flowing locks.
Perfect, mate. I love that look of the hair there. But and then have a look at the Juventus when they won in 1976 as well. That was the 4-0 win over Campbelltown Budapest. The first time since 1973 for Juventus to win that. So, and they won 5 in a row as well after that. But let's go to the very final one. 2005 is the year. White City. Cup or nup, mate? Cup or nup?
White City. Unfortunately, I have to say cup.
Cup. Yes, you're 100% correct. White City, known as FK Belgrade now, won in 2005. There they are right there. And also in the same year as well, you played for 2 cups, lost both of those. And here's a picture of you ahead of the MPL Grand Final as well back then, Div 1.
Yeah, I can name a few players from that White City team. So
yeah, there's a few in there. There's Serjan as well, great guy. There's a lot of great characters there.
Frank Tibaldi now assistant coach out at Sturt. Looks like one of the Stanley boys are in there as well. So
you didn't win that, unfortunately, but
we lost that year.
They got the bragging rights there. And let's take a look at I've got a photo of you as well somewhere. Let's have a look at that.
I hate to think all that is. Is it in the white kit?
It will come soon, I think. That's right. Our producer's too busy today. He's on your side. He's probably showed you. He tipped you off.
No, I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen it?
I don't know which one it is. So it could be.
There's many photos of you out there.
We'll have to wait and see.
Actually, let's have a look at it. We got it. We'll get it later. That's all good.
That's good.
You're probably lucky that we haven't got it. You're probably lucky we haven't got it. But anyway, let's talk about today's game. That was a bit of fun.
It was.
How'd you feel with that?
Yeah, good. That's a good way to see how we go with our history of the cup.
Mate, it's very good. Good to look back on that history as well, and just looking at those, especially just the names as well. Like you look back at some of those names: Campbelltown, Budapest, you got Juventus back then, Croatia, Bologna. the heritage, and it's good to see clubs incorporating that again, which is great to see.
It is. It's excellent. We're all going back to, all the clubs are starting to go back to those heritage names, and it's great to see. It is great to see because it brings back that culture.
It does, and it definitely does. Now let's look at Campbelltown City. Let's preview them today. They're looking to get their first cup win in almost 30 years. It's going to be huge for them. And let's look at how they've been performing this year. This is their most recent game against Croydon FC. They managed to get the 3 points. They managed to get the 3 points in the most recent fixture. But this is their cup game, which was about 2 weeks prior to that, and that's what they got them into today's. Only a 1-0 win against Croydon FC. But how are you feeling with their most recent form? They're going into this one today, Mark.
Yeah, look, they're sitting second in the table for a reason. We know that they're a good side. They're a defensive side. They will set up a little bit more defensively. So they're structurally, they'll sit back a little bit, but they've been in some great form. That's why they're sitting second on the table. That's why they're in this final. They're not going to be pushovers. We saw the last game with Metro, a 1-0 win to Metro. Very tight game, but very good game to watch. So we know what we can expect from Campbelltown.
Definitely do. And you look at Alex Mullen as well, a great player. He's a very good player to have as a captain as well. How is someone like him going to really help to push this team forward? We've got some really experienced players there as well.
Yeah, Campbelltown are littered with experience. I mean, you've got Mullen at the back, you've got Mullen in midfield. Alex, captain, leader, he's phenomenal on set pieces. He's going to be that key in midfield for Campbelltown. He makes them tick. Everything goes through him, so he's going to be that linchpin for Campbelltown. And if he can have a good game, then Campbelltown have got everything to.
Well, let's look at the coach as well, because Michael Matriciani, the coach of the Campbelltown City, his second year at the club. His first time coaching was back in 2019 for Adelaide City. That's his first time ever coaching as a senior coach, and went on to uni and then found his way back in the NPL with Campbelltown City. Look at his stats compared to Danny Greystone, who's also on the right-hand side of your screen there. 2004 South Adelaide was his very first time coaching. Coached for 4 games there, Danny Greystone. Then he went away for 6 years, came back in 2010, and that's when he continued on his senior coaching route. This year, head-to-head, both coached 21 games across the NPL and the Federation Cup, and 16 wins to the 17. Michael Matriciani is 1 win less than Danny Greystone, but he could probably get that back. And look at the interesting one is that bottom stat as well, wins versus each other. Michael Matriciani is yet to beat MetroStars in his 4 games against them.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't even take that into consideration. It's a cup final, everything goes out the window when it comes to history and those previous battles. So for us, it's like great. Yeah. It's a great stat for us, but from a coaching point of view, it won't be oh my God, I haven't beaten this team. Yep. Eventually it might come, it might play in the mind, but at this stage, I don't think it is. Well,
we definitely know he is not a man of stats, and I caught up with him earlier today. Let's have a listen to Mark Matriciani. A big week for you boys leading into today's game against MetroStars. It's the 6th time the club's played against them in the Cup. First time you hopefully will be able to get the win against them. How are you guys feeling and preparing for today's game?
Well, first of all, I didn't know that stat. That's very interesting. But yeah, every Cup final is unique. We've played 2 very tough games against them this season in the league. They've got the better of us, so we're hoping to change that today.
What changes you guys made to go with into today's game to try and get the one up on them? Because the previous 2 games you guys have lost this season, unfortunately. But is there anything different you're looking to change up for today's game?
No, not really. We're going to go in the same as we played against Croydon last week. It's always hard. We have a very good squad, but we'll go the same starting 11, and the boys that will come on will hopefully make a difference as well.
And today's a big day for the club as well, celebrating 60 years tonight with a gala. How special would it be to try and get the job done, and how are the boys feeling ahead of today's game?
Look, either or, it's going to be a special night. 60 years is something very, something to celebrate. But yeah, if we can bring the cup there as well, would be even better.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, man. Good luck.
No problems. Thanks, guys.
Looking very confident there. Michael Matriciani. The nerves, they don't really faze him, do they?
No, he's very cool, calm and collected. But he was also like that as a player. So he's transitioned that straight into his coaching, which is great to see. Like I said, he was a great player in his day, and I think he's certainly upward trajectory for coaching as well.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing what he does, but do you reckon he'll be able to on-flow that to his team as well? Because that's what they definitely need, that relaxation to prepare for the game and get ready for a big occasion like this.
He's that, in the change rooms, he's very, like I said, cool, calm and collected. And you'll find a lot of players will mimic their coach when they're in a situation like this. If the coach is a little bit nervous, a little bit jittery, the players will be as well, and it will show. But Mark was very cool, calm, collected, and I think that will travel down to his players.
Definitely will. Well, we did catch up with Jake Halliday earlier on as well. Let's have a listen to that. Big day for the club. How are you and the boys been feeling in the change rooms leading into today's game?
Yeah, I think we're really excited. Like, it's obviously been a long wait for the club for the cup. We've had success in the league and championships and that, but it's been a long wait in the cup. So yeah, we're excited. We're hoping to get the win today. But yeah,
you played against them twice this season. They're a tough team to come up against. How has that been playing on the boys' minds this week?
I don't think it's been playing at all. I think the first one was probably my fault. I got sent off, so I think I'll put my hand up for that one. And the second one was a tough game. I think Barb's got a goal and we were pushing towards the end, so I don't think it's not really playing on our mind. It's just we know we can beat him if we put it all together on the day, so we're pretty confident.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate. Good luck.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Beautiful. Very relaxed there. Here's Jake Halliday. Hasn't spoken in front of a camera in a while, but he was keen to get behind the mic, very much so.
Yeah, you don't see him normally. And when we were down there doing the interviews, I said to him, let's try and get Alex Mullen. He's captain. Yes, he does all of them, and he did the pre-game this week.
Yep.
So it was good to get someone else on the mic.
Yes, Alex Mullen is always in the paper, always in the news, doing all the interviews and all that. You were in the paper as well. Let's have a look at that image of you back in 2005. We finally got it. Look at that hair. What's happened to it? It's definitely not under that beanie, is it?
Certainly not under that beanie, that's for sure. But that was leading into the final series. So after we lost the cup, we then had to play Adelaide City in the top 5 series back then, and we went on to lose. And I think City went on to win 3 in a row. Three in a row.
They did, and that was Paul Pezos alongside you, who coached in the final last year, and won that. Well, this man here, or this team here, are looking to do a similar thing here today to try and win as well. MetroStars, they've had a bit of recent success in the cup, more so than what Campbelltown have in the last 30 years. So they're looking the more the favourites to going into this. But look at this game, completely different to what Campbelltown City had against Croydon. They easily won against Burkalla, obviously a different style of team in comparison to Croydon. But Temelkovski up front, he's a different sort of player, isn't he? He's incredible to watch.
He's been phenomenal this year. Like we look at him, he's scored 17 or 18 goals in 21 games. He's deadly in front of goal. And it's not just tap-ins, it's headers, it's tap-ins, it's bicycle kicks, it's free kicks. It doesn't matter what it is. He will put it in the back of the net. Absolutely.
He's just a different sort of player, and it's good to watch, and it'll be interesting to see what he's like here today. He loves his pitch. He scored 3 last time. He just enjoys it, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, and if you've got a striker that's enjoying playing and is enjoying scoring goals, which all strikers should be, then you're already up in a battle. So it'll be a great game for him to showcase, especially with the likes of certainly A-League clubs are certainly keeping an eye on him. If they're not, they should be, because he's, like I said, 17 or 18 goals already, and the season's nowhere near completed. We've still got 5 games to go in the season. Well,
we're doing him a bit of a favour. We've got someone that might be here in the stadium today. We'll talk about that later. But here we're keeping an eye on him throughout the game for us, but he also might be doing it for LA United, which would be interesting as well. But we'll talk about that later on. But looking forward to seeing what he can do. But what do you think that Campbelltown are going to try and do to nullify him a little bit?
I don't think they'll do anything specifically to nullify him. I mean, they've got the likes of Mullen at the back, and who's A-League experience, so it'll just be a standard game for them. They won't go out of their way to mark him out of the game. They won't go out of their way to try and nullify him. They'll just play their game, and as you see there, that finish, that's what I was talking about. Things like that, you can't teach that, so that's brilliant. But going back to Campbelltown, they will just do the regular things. They will settle themselves in. They'll keep it tight. They won't try and nullify him, but the biggest thing for Campbelltown is to try and nullify his service. If they can nullify his service, then he's not going to get the opportunities.
Well, let's take a look at how Temelkovski matches up against against the Alex Mullen, as we were talking. The age difference, you can see there, 6 years difference, but the goals for each other, goals against each other, 2 apiece. And well, you look at the rest of the stats there for this all comps this year as well. 21 goals, 21 games each, whereas Alex Mullen scored 10 goals less than Temilkovsky.
Yeah, and you're going to expect that. I mean, Alex Mullen is a midfielder. He comes from deep, so you're going to expect him to be less. I mean, Temilkovsky is an out-and-out striker. He's an out-and-out 9. So it's great to be able to have a goal-scoring midfielder. Alex is just phenomenal.
We can't compare him in all areas, but it's just leading goal scorer, obviously, for Campbelltown City. It's great to see that someone in that position is able to score that many goals.
Yeah, definitely. And it just shows you if Campbelltown had a striker that was of Temilkovsky's level, what they could then be doing.
Absolutely. Well, we caught up with Temilkovsky earlier as well. Let's have a listen to that chat. James, you're not shy in front of goal. You had a big season so far, scored over 20 goals so far for the club. How are you feeling going into today's game?
Feeling good. It's like a normal game for us right now. We don't, obviously it's a grand final, but we're taking it like a normal game because obviously pressure down for us as well. We're feeling good as well as a team, so feeling good.
What's the feeling like in the change rooms with the rest of your teammates?
I think it's the best it's been all season, to be honest. I think our preparation right now has been good, and Danny's got us really focused for the game, and we're really feeling good as well. So,
all the best, man. Good luck with today's game.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Very confident there, Temilkovsky. He might score a couple more goals here today, so we'll see. Keep an eye on him today. But let's also look at the Danny Greystone as well. He is a coach that's very confident and one of the nicest guys as well. So is Matriciani. But we caught up with Danny earlier. Let's have a listen to that chat. Danny, a big game here today. First season head coach at the club. How are you feeling heading into today's game?
Oh, we're feeling pretty good. It's we've worked hard all pre-season. We've worked hard all season for games like this. We go into it with a full-strength squad. We're prepared. We're organised. So the confidence is there. We've just got to go out and implement it.
How confident are you in the boys to be able to get the job done? You've managed to get 2 wins out of the 2 games you've coached against Campbelltown this season. How confident are you to make it 3 out of the 3?
Look, I'm in a pretty privileged position as a coach, to be quite honest with you, because I know if we go out and play our best football, we stick to our identity and our brand, we're going to control the game, we're going to create chances. Now, whether we take them chances or not, that's football, that's the beauty of football. But yeah, look, the players are really confident going into this one. We've beaten Campbelltown twice. They're not the sort of group that gets complacent, so they're really hungry. These boys want to win.
All the best, mate, and good luck for today's game.
Thank you. Thanks, gents.
Yes, there he is, Danny Greystone, a great coach. He's done well in his first season at MetroStars, and what a way to cap it all off, well, halfway through with a cup today, if they can do so. Oh,
it'll be fantastic for him. I mean, they brought him in this year. Quite a few players have bit of rotation in the squad. Some older boys are out. He's brought some fresh players into the squad. And I wasn't expecting them to do as well as what they have this year. I was expecting this next year. I really thought that give him a year to settle, give him a year to settle in the job, give him a year to embed those new players into the squad. But for me, he's a year ahead of himself. But the way they play, the way he's got that squad working for each other, the way they play for each other, it's been brilliant this year.
Absolutely. Well, it's just a quick note as well. The game going in the background has just gone to penalties. A 2-2 draw after extra time, all thanks to a equaliser by Jake Porter for LA United. So the son of Joel Porter as well has scored.
Yes. I was wondering if it was related to the Porter boys.
Yeah, it is. So Joel is in the crowd today, former LA United, former A-League player in Socceroo. So he is in the crowd. And, someone else that's in the crowd, in the commentary box today, he is with Seb O'Neill, and we'll cross over now to Seb O'Neill in the commentary box. And Seb, who have you got there in the box with you today ahead of today's big game?
Yeah, I'm here with Carl Viet, joining me in the commentary box today, Carl. Carl, welcome. Looking forward to this match.
Yeah, it's good to be here. It's going to be an exciting game, I think, to watch. Most really the 2 strongest teams in the league this year, in Campbelltown and Metro, so looking forward to watching some exciting players out there.
And as you said, Johnny, caught us at a time where we're just going to penalties here on the reserves match and just waiting for them to start, but we'll have a quick look at the starting lineups before kick-off as well. some key plays for Campbelltown and Metro happening, as we'll see the Campbelltown lineup first. Of course, can't forget about their captain Alex Mullen, who's been a great player, great servant for them all these years, Carl.
Yeah, look, I think you look at the Campbelltown side, the experience that they've got in that side. A lot of those boys have either played at Adelaide United or played at some other A-League clubs, so it's a very strong side.
Are there many players playing this match day that you actually coached?
Yeah, I'd say I've crossed paths with nearly all the players in the Campbelltown side. Yeah, so a lot of players there, either early doors when I was a youth coach at Adelaide United or through my time at the NTC.
Also, Yohei Matsumoto on the bench for Campbelltown as well. Interesting choice there. Has been a great player all season so far for Campbelltown. And then we'll also go through, even though it's a neutral game, the away side for this match of MetroStars. Showing you there, of course, can't forget about their top goal scorer on the NPL this season, James Tembelkovsky, who seems to score for fun.
Yeah, I can remember him the last time he was in Adelaide when he played with the Raiders. We looked at him at that time for Adelaide United. So it's good to see that he's scoring goals regularly as well. And they've got a strong side. Fabian Barbiero still running around, which is great to see, and some exciting young players there as well at MetroStars. Also
like the American Cameron Woodfin and Ren Nagamatsu on the bench. So looking to be a pretty exciting game so far. And do you have any pre-match predictions at all, Carl?
Look, I suppose you can't go past MetroStars with what they've done so far this year, but I'd say maybe with the experience in Campbelltown as well, that it's going to be a very close game, and it would be interesting to see how, which team settles early that can maybe get control of the game.
Well, just to give you updates as well, players are now on the halfway line for the reserves penalty shootout, and Johnny Carl said you're going for Metro. I'm going to tip Campbelltown for this match, actually, Johnny. I'm not sure who you and Mark have gone for, but that's my personal opinion, so see what you guys think.
Yeah, well, thank you, boys. I'm looking forward to seeing how you both go in the box today. Mark, you're joining them both in there very soon as well. You're going to be in the commentary box. I'm going to be on the boundary, and the way it's looking, it's going to look like it's going to be a little bit cold and wet later, so I'm not looking forward to that part, but I'm looking forward to the game, though.
Yeah, the game should be excellent. I'm glad I'm in the box and not on the side of the pitch this week. So it's I think you definitely have the umbrella ready just in case.
I do, and I've also got my Nutella biscuits ready as well because I need some sustenance. Is it how you say it? The word sustenance to get me through. But let's talk about the predictions as well. I am on. I hate to say this, but I'm going against Carl Viet there. I'm going with Seb. I think Campbelltown may get the job done. A big occasion for him. That's behind him. The crowd's behind him. I think they will get the job done.
So you're going for Campbelltown?
I think it might be, but everyone that's working today and working a very long day are going to hate me for saying this. Extra time for the third time in a row.
We certainly don't want extra time. Look, I kind of agree. I am leaning towards Campbelltown and the fact that they've got that history. They've got their 60th anniversary tonight. It'll be a great way for them to top that year off. So the heart sort of goes, let's go for them. The head for me leans a little bit towards Metro. They've scored 4 or 5 goals a game the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks. So attacking wise, phenomenal. Yep, it is going to be an interesting one to see what actually the result is. The results on this game at the moment as well, the reserves game, you see the crowd there piling behind the goals. The penalties are happening at the moment, so which means for those watching and wondering what's happened to the senior game, it's been delayed. It's been delayed even further. It was meant to kick off in a minute after the first today, but we're waiting to see what happens in that result, and then we'll find out an exact kick-off time there. So, but we've got you covered right here in the pre-game. We're talking all things Federation Cup final in the lead-up, so you just get to hear a bit more of us talking, Mark. That's about it. And as you can see, a goal happening and the crowd. How good is it having crowds like this at games like this, Mark, as well? It's phenomenal. You look at that grandstand picture there, and that's every seat's taken. Standing room only. It's excellent. This is what we built the stadium for. This is what the stadium was built for, and it's brilliant to be able to fill it and have these games here. We know that Coopers at the moment is not able to be used due to the getting ready for the Women's World Cup, which is later this year, which is another phenomenal event for us here in Adelaide.
Less than a month away. It's
less
huge.
than a month,
Yeah.
exactly. So you've got that coming up, so you can't use it, but this stadium was built for these occasions.
Yep.
So it's great to see that many people here, and I was out there earlier.
Yeah.
And you just all sorts of, everyone from all walks of life are out there watching these 18s, the reserves, and then obviously more now for the first team as well.
There's Ryan Beachy there as well, and Michael Matriciani. The foes talking to each other. That's not Federation Cup final style, is it?
No, but they would have played against each other many times. To be fair, Ryan Beach and Matriciani. So they're both around that sort of same age, and it looks like the rain's starting to come down. So Johnny, you better watch out out there, mate.
I know. I've got my umbrella, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to wear it though. Who knows if I'm allowed to take it in the tunnel. But the rain is starting to pour down very heavily down there. Hopefully it won't affect the match too much in the senior game because it will be very wet on the pitch, and but it's looking in very good condition today.
Oh yeah, the pitch has held up brilliantly with all the rain. And like I said, we've already had 2 games on it and it's still looking immaculate. And as you can see there, that rain, well, I tell you what, I don't miss those days.
No, I am not looking forward to getting down on pitch side for that because that looks ridiculously wet.
At least you got your umbrella.
Yes, I will be in the tunnel, which is thankfully I'll be able to sit in there. But it's gotten a little bit dark in here, as you probably noticed as well. Maybe the storm's kicked in or something. Yeah, a bit of mood lighting. But something's happened. I don't know what's happened, but a little bit darker. Maybe lighten the mood a bit. Maybe we should light a candle for the occasion, maybe.
Could do.
But big occasion here today. What is something that we're looking to get out of today? Because we know, talk about the cup, but if, say, Campbelltown City are 3 points away from finishing top, how is it, how's it play in their mind to try and continue that race to the top? And they're fighting against this team here.
Yeah, look, today, yes, it's a cup final and it will be played as a cup final, but what it does do is it gives them, if Campbelltown do get that result, so it gives them the belief to be able to then beat them in the league, beat them in those final series when it comes time to the finals. So we both know both these teams are playing in the finals.
Yep.
And that's something drastic, but I don't even think mathematically they can't make the finals now. They're that far, they've got that many points. So it'll just be that belief that Campbelltown can go and beat Metro when it comes to finals times if they get the win today.
Absolutely. And then let's just talk about this occasion, because we talked about how the game's been delayed. So there's a bit of a delay from the reserves game that went in extra time. Now this one's gone to penalties. How does that play and affect the minds of the players?
Yeah, it can affect the players because they've already done their warm-up. They've been out, I was out there watching their warm-up earlier. And that was nearly an hour ago. So they've done their team talk, they've done their warm-up. They've now just got to try and stay mentally focused, and they've also got to try and stay warm to be able to get themselves ready for this game. So it's not an easy feat.
It isn't, and there it is. It is ended now, and there it is. Modbury Jets live scenes right there, picking up the Reserves Cup final, and what a way to end it as well. They were in front, and then look at that.
A late equaliser from Adelaide United, and managed to take it out on penalties. So congratulations there to Modbury Jets.
What a way there. Unfortunately, our man in the commentary box, Carl Veer, was here to support his side, Adelaide United. They're a great team of youngsters, aren't they?
Oh,
they've got some great players in there.
Phenomenal. I mean, some of the players that were playing today were actually also play in the NPL side. So you know that there's that pathway. They're good enough to be playing in the NPL. They've been cup tied to the reserves team, which is, it's great. I've had it happen before, and it's still great to win a cup at this age. That these guys, these kids, effectively, these guys are kids. They're not really. They're all under 20. They'll all be probably, some of them are probably under 18s.
Yeah.
They'll remember this and love it for. And they'll certainly celebrate tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's a bit of an interesting celebration right there. We caught that on camera. He might not like rewatching that one. But talk about reserves. Well, you won the Reserves Cup final, so you know exactly oh too well what it feels like.
Exactly right, and that's the thing at that age. It's not the first thing, but as a reserves player who may have not played first team yet, it's a great achievement. It's great to be able to win the trophy and go, yeah, I've actually won a trophy, and celebrate and all that sort of thing. It's not easy for Adelaide United in this instance. Like they would have played their hearts out, but that's football, and they'll learn and they'll grow from it.
Yeah.
Which will be good for them as a great learning curve. But it is great to win It's great to win any trophy.
Yeah, it is.
It's as simple as that, regardless if it's 18s, reserves, first team, State League 1, State League 2, NPL.
The only difference is how you celebrate.
Exactly.
Because the 18s, obviously under 18s, a little bit different to the seniors.
Well,
the seniors will be partying for 5 days.
Well, exactly right. Some of the seniors certainly that I've seen in the past have certainly celebrated. I mean, look at Adelaide City when they won last year. They partied, I think, 3 days straight, and I don't think anyone saw Bucco for 3 days.
No, they didn't. They did not.
You know what I mean? So, but they'll go back to their club tonight. The club will put on some food, and it'll be great for them to celebrate into the night. So it's a great experience for them.
It will be devastating, unfortunately, for LA United. Those young boys obviously showing their coach exactly what they can do and produce for next season's A-League as well. Hopefully to try and be a part of that. We'll have an update on the exact new kickoff time for the senior game. Obviously, it's 5 minutes past the original delayed kickoff, but we'll have an update on that soon. But for now, we'll still have the pre-game show with you for the lead up to it, mate. It's great to be here. ServiceFM Stadium, we touched on it earlier about what it's like to be able to be here and play games like this. How great is it to have something for the future? How beneficial is it for the future?
Oh, look, it's fantastic. Like when we arrived here, or I arrived here around lunchtime today, and on the back pitches they had trials for their NTCs and things like that. So to be able to go, yeah, cool, we've got all of this in one space. It's all there, ready to go. They had the youngsters out there trialling, doing whatever they wanted to do with their teams, and to be able to have that. When I grew up, we didn't have that. We had a space down at, funny enough, down by Olympics ground, Apex Stadium, down at Regency there. But we never had anything like this. It was just an oval. These kids now, they've got 2 artificial pitches. They come down here, they've got all the small-sided pitches out on the side that they can use as well. So having that is just brilliant. And obviously we have the futsal 5s in the off-season, which is great for the Federation. It keeps bringing people through, and players keep coming out to play. So a venue like this is not only good for the local stuff, but it's being used for the Women's World Cup as well. Like, if we didn't have this stadium, then what's the chance? How hard would it have been for us to then get one of those teams here to be training in Adelaide?
Absolutely. I think you're 100% correct there. And we're going to have, down the road, we've got China down at Croatia Sports Centre, which will be fantastic, and Panama down at LA United's home ground as well.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. This is what this place can do. Yes, it's great to have them at the local clubs as well, like at Raiders and LA United and things like that. But it's great to have a place like this that we can call home. The guys have got their own office space. They've got their offices now based here as well. So it's great for the football community to have a home. It
absolutely is. And you talk about football 5s as well. What a great fun occasion that was. Campbelltown City played in a fun match with that last year as well, which was a lot of fun. But Kodowski was in that team. We saw them playing against Bucco, which was a very fun occasion to be a part of.
And you got to call that, with, which was very relaxed atmosphere, a lot different to what we would normally call for a game like today. But it certainly looked like a lot of fun, lots of goals. But that's what that's all about. It's about goals. It's about fast movement, and so it's great to be able to have that. And I know my nephew, he plays in it as well. So he comes down here, plays in the futsal 5s. But it's just a great thing to be able to provide for the football community.
Well, let's look at some of the players that are in today's occasion. We look at some of the ones like 39-year-old Fabian Barbiero. He's still going,
mate.
He's younger. He's older than you. He's just a little bit older than you.
This year he's been phenomenal. He's had he was considering retiring at the end of last year. He stuck it out for another season, and I tell you what, he's been phenomenal. He's been Metro's linchpin, in that middle of the park. He's been scoring goals. He's creating everything for them. He's been phenomenal.
And Antonis Pagonis did an article on him earlier this week as well, and he spoke about how he played a different role this year. He's gone more up forward, which is different to the way he's normally played. And as a 39-year-old to be up forward, normally you're moving back into the goals by that point.
Normally you move further back the pitch, but he's gone the other way. But it just shows you his quality that he's able to do that. And like I said, he's been brilliant this year. Everyone talks about Temmelskowski scoring goal after goal, which is brilliant. But like I said, if you don't get the service to him, how does he score goals? And Barbiero has been a part of that midfield that's giving him the service to be able to score.
And you talk about, Temmelkovsky, a new one into the team as well. He's just added something different to this league. It's great to see someone of his calibre. Yep, and it's good to see someone like that as well. Then you got the Alex Mullins, the Daniel Mullen as well, former A-League player. So it's all those players all in today's game. And, well, we're not far away from kickoff now. That game's all wrapped up, the reserves final, and we'll be getting ready to bring you the live broadcast. We'll be back here halftime to do the halftime break, and we'll wrap everything up there, dissect all the goals if there is any by that point.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, but don't go anywhere. We've got the we've got the Seniors Federation Cup final kickoff moments away right here on Football South Australia's Facebook and YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff is moments away for the Federation Cup final for 2023.
Like you said, it has been a really long time. It will be special.
We have beat them twice this season so far, but each time has been a battle.
They're a good side, but so are we.
We just want to bring silverware back for everyone.
Back price! Oh my lord! Oh my lord! Yoshikawa! Incredible!
And that's what Mark Marino does to sides.
It's Fabian Barbiero!
The stage is set for South Australian football's ultimate battle. Today we will witness the culmination of months of relentless battles where triumphs and failures have moulded these teams into indomitable forces in the state. They stand united, driven by a ravenous hunger to etch their names into the halls of South Australian football history. For Campbelltown City, they hope to etch their name onto the Federation Cup trophy for the first time since 1994. And for Metro, they will hope their stars are aligned for the 6th time in their club's history of this competition. In this moment, the weight of dreams, aspirations and countless hours of sweat, training and sacrifice climax as the atmosphere becomes tense while these brothers-in-arms prepare to leave every ounce of their ability on this hallowed turf, fighting for the trophy that awaits them. For some players, this isn't their first rodeo. For others, this could be the kickstart to their footballing career. So brace yourselves and fasten your seatbelts for a symphony of skill, resilience and sheer determination. Today as the curtain rises on this extraordinary 2023 Federation Cup final between Campbelltown City and MetroStars here at ServiceFM Stadium. Waiting for kickoff here at ServiceFM Stadium. I'm your commentator, I should say, Seb O'Neill, joined by my co-commentators Mark Talbot and Carl Viet. Mark and Carl, how are you feeling before today's occasion?
Look, it's always exciting. Cup finals, you know, as a player, you don't get to play in many finals, so it's going to be an exciting game. I think the rain will help. The quality of football will speed the pitch up. So looking forward to some exciting attacking football.
Yeah, look, I have to agree there. I think with this rain, just giving the surface a nice covering, the ball should zip around a bit, and the way both teams play, it leads to that exciting footballing game. So I'm really excited. I played in one of these. Not the best outcome for me that day, but it is a great feeling to be able to say, yeah, I've played in a cup, and for today, the lucky winners.
We'll go through starting lineups in a moment, but as both players of both sides now walk out here for the 2023 Federation Cup final, led by their captains of Alex Mullen and Anthony Solagna. You can see the cup there. A good crowd building in. Just finished the reserves final, which went the way of Modbury Jets. Before that, the under-18s, where Campbelltown then also came out 1-0 winners in extra time. And Campbelltown looking to make it 2 in one day. Pleasantries exchanged between players of both sides. We'll have the national anthem soon as well. Tension is here for the cup final. Rare for some clubs. Metro and Campbelltown pretty evenly matched and have had a great season so far in the men's MPO in South Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now are please stand for today's Australia's national anthem.
Both sides will now shake hands and we'll go through the starting lineups as well. On this neutral territory, Campbelltown, the home side for this match, Metro the away side. And we'll go through the starting lineups for both sides. Starting with Campbelltown City, number 1, Alexander Woodlands, number 2, Shogo Yoshikawa, number 6, James Boffer, number 7, Joel Allwright, number 8, the captain, Alex Mullen, number 9, Mark Marino, number 14, Adam Piscineri, number 16, Daniel Mullen, number 21, Jordan Maricic, number 22, Luis Laurie Latanzio, and number 23, Jake Halliday, with head coach Michael Matriciani. And before we get to Metros, we'll have a look at the coin toss to be conducted by referee Regis Quefalek. Assistant referees Nick Elligan and Liam Miller, with fourth official Daniel Cook. Our refereeing staff for tonight. See Alex Mullen and Anthony Solania there. See what the result of this coin toss brings out. Alex Mullen could be one of Campbelltown goal scorers today, most likely from his head, as he tends to do.
Yeah, look, he's one of the strongest players in the air in the league, to be honest. So he's always a threat at set pieces, so they're always going to look for him. So my money would be, if he's going to score, it's going to be with his head.
Now for the starting lineup of MetroStars, starting in goal with Isaac Carmody, number 1, number 2, Scott Nagel, number 5, Christian D'Angelo, number 7, Hamish Gow, number 9, James Temulkovsky, number 10, Anthony Solania, the captain, number 11, Cameron Woodfin, number 18, Fabian Barbiero, number 22, Jackson Walls, number 25, Michael Cittadini, and number 42, Austin Ayubi, with head coach Danny Greystone. After what has been a big day with a lot of finals, a lot of extra time, we're almost ready for the big one. And just to make sure, what are both of your guys' tips for this match?
Look, I think Metros will be hard to beat, but I think Campbelltown might just have the experience to just get over them.
My heart says Campbelltown. 60th anniversary, you want them to do well, you want them to have a great year.
Great dinner tonight
They've
as
got
well.
their celebrations tonight, so it'll be great for them. But my head probably is leaning towards Metro, I think.
I normally never say before a game, but I think I'll say it this way. I think Campbelltown will win.
Look, as long as it's a good game, which I'm expecting, both teams are out to play football. Both teams play football, so I'm really just expecting a really good game. I think there's a couple of key players from each team that will have a big role to play. So I'm really looking forward to seeing someone like Solagna, who's moved from the midfield into that backline this year, really solidified that centre-half partnership. So I just think certain players will stand up a little bit and really be counted.
Yeah, I think goals win matches, and I just think Campbelltown just have a little bit more threat. Metros have got their main striker that gets most of their goals. If he has a quiet game, it might be a bit difficult for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Kick-off here in the 2023 Federation Cup final between Campbelltown City and MetroStars here at ServiceFM Stadium. Thrown already on the close side, taken by Scott Nagel. Early free kick. Ball out wide with Yoshikawa. Forward with Temulkovsky. Looking to play centrally. D'Angelo playing back to his keeper and Isaac Carmody. Ayubi getting that ball from Temulkovsky, then making the run through, but easily kept back by Daniel Mullen. D'Angelo. Strongly contested header. Marino will try and chase down. Risky pass back. Referee says there's a foul. Alex Mullen trying to not let him take it that quickly. But there's always that bit of edge to a cup final.
There is, and I don't blame him for trying that actually at this early stage. There's not all the worst that's going to happen at this early stage is that they'll retake the free kick, so certainly worth trying. But D'Angelo almost being caught out there by not only Mullen, but who's that up top? Is it Marino up top,
Marino,
isn't it? Yeah. So he's very lucky there just to get away with that.
Wolves. Ayubi with the ball. Gets it central to Cameron Woodfin. Wolves again. Then Ayubi. Isaac Carmody.
Both teams are just sort of trying to settle into the game at the moment. No one's really getting their foot on the ball. It's sort of just turning it over a little bit both sides.
Has the opportunity early here. Shogo Yoshikawa getting the opening goal in 4 minutes. And that's 1-0 to Campbelltown.
It was a good run from out to in, and just the fullback just didn't track him, and the centre back didn't come across and cover the space. So it was a good ball played through as well.
probably the first time that either team have really kept the ball and settled. And as soon as they've done that, as you just said, once the team settles, bang, and they've managed to get it, keep it, find a few passes, and a great ball through, and but great run from Yoshikawa there, and a good little finish underneath Carmody.
Has had a great season so far, Shogo Yoshikawa, as you'll see that goal on replay, and what a way to make it even better with a goal in the cup final, making a brilliant run through and finishing near post. Carmody couldn't do much about it. And Campbelltown now with an early lead.
Great way for Campbelltown to settle their nerves.
Walls, Temolkovsky has option in the centre, cut out by Maricic, corner. Of course, these two sides only playing a matter of a couple of weeks ago. That was a 1-0 win to Metro away at Campbelltown. And from memory, it was a really tight match.
Yeah, it was a very good game to watch as well. So I'd expect the same today. It'll be very tight, very close. Both teams play very similar brands of football. They line up the same way. So
Ayubi will get it back now. Played all the way back to Carmody. Won't have the clean sheet today. Bit of a tussle there. With the back line. Throw in on the close side here at the halfway line. Maricic with the ball, now going to the goal scorer in Yoshikawa. Yoshikawa again with that ball over the top, an experienced Japanese player. Played in Lithuania for FK Bangadardsgai and also played in the 2nd, 3rd and 4th division of Japanese football. Central ball, Temolkovsky, who in their cup semi-final, the qualifying final for the Australia Cup, played a bit of a different role.
He did. He did play a slightly different role in that game, I think just to change things up a little bit, so it's not the same every week. Because the problem is when you score as many goals as what Temolkovsky does, everyone's going to be out to nullify him and work out ways to stop him. But the easiest way to do that is just to cut the supply, really.
It could be on here again. Marino, good save from Carmody. Metro under a bit of early pressure.
You can see they're just getting a little bit too much time and space in that attacking third there, Campbelltown. Metro's defenders need to make sure they're organised a little bit better and a little bit quicker.
Shogo Yoshikawa to take this corner. Under 10 minutes played already. Can Campbelltown get a second in 10 minutes? Bad start for Metro if so. Yoshikawa, low delivery and only off the head of a Metro player. Laurie Latanzio just putting a ball in. Off the head of Mullen. Spectacular effort there. Poorly hit then.
He's such a threat in the air, Alex Mullen. He's such a great standing jump. It's such a big weapon to have for Campbelltown today, that aerial dominance that he'll provide in the box.
Poor touch there from Carmody. I was a bit worried. Mullen. Right in the centre. Marino! Another corner, and Metro in a lot of trouble at the moment.
Carmody saving his own skin there with that save, but he's given the ball away way too cheaply. and unfortunately Campbelltown can't make that count. But yeah, a little bit worrying there for Metro.
They've just got their tails up after the first go, haven't they? They're pressing well now and they're organised well, making it very difficult for MetroStars to get out.
Yoshikawa again with the delivery at the back post. Headed out by, I think that was Temulkovsky. Short throw to Laurie Latanzio. Maricic playing all the way back to Alex Woodlands. Ball unable to be kept in.
I need to ask Carl, with the goal so early, does that change, from a coaching standpoint, does that then change your game plan moving into the rest of the half? Or do you just keep it the same with obviously so much time still to go?
There's still a long time to go. I think the early goal just helps the team that's scored the goal, gets them to settle a bit more and have a bit more belief in their game plan. And you know, where Metros now will feel a little bit that they have to push a little bit more now. So it's, as you say, it's important that they don't try and get an early, get the equaliser back too early and just settle into the game.
Cameron Woodfin trying to win in there. Doesn't do it fairly. Foul and a free kick for Campbelltown. Against Halliday, that was.
Yeah, he certainly felt the effects of that one. Be interesting to see the replay there if it's if he did go studs up. But I think it's just the follow through from Halliday. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. If you go in, yeah.
Mullen against Anthony Solania there. Run through midfield, Temulkovsky slipping. Woodfin. Poor touch there from Cameron Woodfin. Marino's making the run through the centre. Not a great ball. Marino from range. It's crazy how many times I've seen that this season.
It's worth a try.
Yeah, especially with the keepers these days. Obviously, a lot of them play a lot higher than what they used to back in the day, so it's always an option.
Ayubi and Temulkovsky forward for Metro. Temulkovsky needn't use his body well. Well done there by Yoshikawa. Chested down by Marino, couldn't keep a hold of it. Woodfin. Lovely ball if it can make it to Marino, and it does. Mark Marino on the edge of the box. In it now, Marino.
I'm very surprised Mark didn't come back in onto his right foot there. He's got one of the best passing shots in the local league, so I'm surprised he went outside, but he did very well there. That sums Mark's game up. He likes to make those forward runs in behind defenders, and I think he's going to be a big threat to the Metro defence.
Yeah, especially if he can stand up D'Angelo there and he can keep running at D'Angelo. I think that's going to be a great battle to watch with those two. But yeah, I'm surprised he didn't. I thought he might have cut back onto his right and then just gone that far post, but saw the opportunity at the near post. Carmody comes up big again there.
Yoshikawa with another corner. Not a bad delivery over the bar.
If they're not careful, Metros, this next 10 minutes, if Campbelltown get another goal, could be out of reach.
Unable to keep a hold of that for his side. First time as well today, we'll cross down to our man on the sidelines, Johnny Keko. Johnny, how's it looking down there?
Yeah, mate, it's drizzling at the moment. It's calmed down a little bit, the rain. It was raining a little bit heavier earlier in the game, but it is calming down a little bit. And I'll say the bench is just as calm at MetroStars despite the scoreline at the moment. But it's good, and also a bit on the crowd as well. It's a nice pumping crowd here tonight. You can hear them when Campbelltown are going up front, having that shot up front like they were just moments ago. You can hear them getting behind them, which is good to see for a cup final here. And that's what we love about this this stadium. But weather-wise, I'm sharing the umbrella with the cameraman at the moment, so just to keep my brand new jacket a little bit dry for the halftime break. But other than that, it's good. It's perfect football weather.
Thanks for that, Johnny. Cross down to you in a bit. The more this half goes on. Throw in for Campbelltown here. Deflecting off a few players there. Of course, these sides also first and second in the men's NPL, both having great seasons. Of course, also now both qualified for the Australia Cup round of 32. So, Carl, you might have to be playing against one of these sides, possibly.
Yeah, but it could possibly. It's happened in the last 2 years. We've had a South Australian side, so it's always difficult playing against teams from the same state. So, hopefully we don't get drawn against each other. Because that draw is coming up, I think it's this week.
Wednesday.
The draw for the Cup.
And when are you guys back? How long before you guys are back training? Season?
Yeah, we're back on July 3, so another week and a half.
Another week and a half. That'll be all right for the boys. They'll like that. It's a long pre-season though, isn't it?
Yeah, we got 16-week pre-season, so it's most really one of the longest pre-seasons in world football.
Definitely. How do you prepare for something like that? Because obviously you've got a strict sort of build-up towards the season. Obviously you don't just go all out straight from day one. So how's the programming? Is that quite detailed?
It's a difficult one because we have the cup games in that pre-season time as well. So you got to plan for that the pre-season cup, and then you just don't know how far you're going to go in the cup. So it's very difficult to have. You've got to have a lot of plans in place.
Yeah.
Well, he's kind of a bit early with the yellow card there, the referee. I don't think.
Maricic.
Yeah, I didn't see there was that much in that one.
Just needs to be careful for the rest of the game now.
Very strong tackle. First yellow card of the match. 17 minutes into Jordan Maricic. And a free kick for Metro to be taken by Hamish Gow. Normally their set piece taker has shared it quite a bit with James Tembolkovski recently.
Yeah, but in this position you have Gow on it for sure.
Oh, handball.
Referee didn't see anything there. And a goal kick.
Don't have VAR to check that. But that's the delivery. Gow can put in very dangerous position there, and Slagners is unfortunately not be able to get a head on it, but can't quite see from that angle, but very close.
Yeah, I think his arm's next to the body, so
yeah.
So he gets away with that one.
You must have become pretty familiar with the handball rule, Carl, recently, and how much it's been changing.
Yeah, I'd still like someone to explain it to me.
I think we all do.
As there's a head injury in the middle of the pitch for Christian D'Angelo. Referee having to stop the game, but looks to be all right. Bit of confusion on the sidelines. Johnny, we'll head down to you. What's happening?
The Metro bench are very vocal about Mullen because of the Alex Mullen had the doctor come out to him, so they're trying to get the fourth official to ask him to come off as well before resuming play. But not sure exactly what the answer was from the fourth official, but obviously he is remaining on the pitch. So, as you can tell, Metro weren't happy at all with that decision right there as well.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah, the trainer got out there. He was on his way out, but he didn't actually see the player and only took about 10 steps onto the pitch. So I think that's why he got away with it.
Gow, capable of long switched balls. Chittadini just putting a ball in. Ayubi was looking for it, but straight into the hands of Woodlands. Just under 20 minutes in here at ServiceFM Stadium. No foul against Yoshikawa. Hamish Gow. It's a brilliant ball. Needs to go over. And referee has decided on a yellow card. And a penalty too, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
20th minute penalty for MetroStars for them to get into the game. And other than this, they haven't really had too many shots.
No, they've... Campbelltown have certainly been the on top team at the moment, but great ball through, great run from Chittadini, and
yeah, you're going to have to say that's a pen as he's come out and hasn't made contact with the ball. So,
yep, but great run, great ball.
So it'll be Hamish Gow against Alex Woodlands to maybe get Metro back in the game. Haven't had too many chances. It's probably their first meaningful one, and they'll want to make it count. Hamish Gow. Can he make it 1-1? Referee waiting his whistle. Here's Gow. Saved by Alex Woodlands, then chased in. Gow missing the penalty, but then getting the touch in to get the equaliser. There's another look at that penalty shout. Was a penalty, definitely. Hamish Gow wasn't able to finish first time, but got the rebound.
Yeah, and that's what you do. You great. To be fair, great save from Woodlands. Always got to give the goalkeeper credit when they make a save like that. He's thrown himself the right way, and unfortunately just couldn't get the rebound. But let back to level pegging, and I think probably against the run of play. In all honesty.
Yeah, I think the first 20 minutes it's been mostly Campbelltown. They've had some really good opportunities to get that second goal, and the Metros have hung in there and have got a goal. So now it sort of gives them an even footing in the game now.
Temelkovski trying to use his body well, possibly fouled. Referee didn't say advantage. Ball just put over for Barbiero, couldn't win it. Ayubi putting the ball into the mixer. Yoshikawa, Campbelltown's early goal scorer, fouled. Missionary. Barbiero playing back to Gow, then Ayubi. Cameron Woodfin on the edge of the box, having a shot right into the chest of Alex Woodlands.
Good positioning there from Woodlands overall, just to be able to take that nice and easy. But Metro's starting to find these little pockets now, which is what should happen when you score. You should be able to start to find those little spaces and make them count. They're starting to win the ball a lot more than what Campbelltown are. It looks like Metro just to get on top a little bit here. Whether they can make that count more than what Campbelltown could be the interesting thing to see.
Woodland should be careful. He's on a yellow card. Can't hold the ball for too long. And maybe not the greatest of clearances there as well. Ball bouncing with D'Angelo going back to his keeper. Doesn't mind a risky pass.
It's something they might have to be mindful of, Metros, because young Lewis is very good at pressing the ball, so it's they've got to be very careful that they don't take too many chances around there when he's putting pressure on the ball.
He's ridiculously fast. I've watched him a few times this year, and it's just amazing how fast he is.
Ball bouncing, headed away by Mullen, and going all the way back to their keeper. Tembelkovsky has that recognisable big frame. Tembelkovsky going from range, over the bar, and is more than capable of those efforts.
I think he just showed his qualities there to hold the ball up, turn, and not scared to have a shot, which is always pleasing to see from strikers that are prepared to back themselves in.
It just shows his strength as well. It's not easy to push Alex Mullen off the ball, that's for sure. I've seen Alex Mullen manhandle players before, and he's no slouch. So great battle there.
James Tembelkovsky there, top goal scorer in the NPL season, and overall top goal scorer in the entire league so far. Been scoring for fun, almost a hat-trick pretty much every other game. It's definitely a player to watch. Chested down by Mullen. Off the chest again. Slipping there was Wolves. Shogo Yoshikawa putting in a curled ball. Deciding to start again. Laurie Latanzio against Nagel. Nagel winning out.
That'd be a really good battle down that side, and I'd like to see Laurie Latanzio get more of the ball and take Scott Nagel on a lot more. He's certainly going to outpace him, but it'd just be interesting to see how Nagel, with his experience, handles that. It'd be good to see if they can get him on the ball more.
Ball bouncing off a few heads there and ending up in the hands of Campbelltown. Put into the centre. Marino from range, off the bar. Couldn't be chased in by Alex Mullen. Another warning sign for Metro.
I think that's the third or fourth good save now.
From Carmody.
The Metro keeper's keeping them in the game at the moment.
He certainly is. That's his third or fourth great save. He's a tall lad, so he's got that reach on him, that's for sure. But that was just seemed to have hung in the air enough to get a hand and push that onto the bar. But great play from Campbelltown to even get the shot away as well. It wasn't like it was an easy shot. He's managed to dig that out and put it goal bound.
Great ball there. Cittadini Then Woodfin putting in a ball. Happy to do short passes there. D'Angelo nearing half an hour in to this 2023 Federation Cup final. Well done there by Ayubi, and he wins a free kick in the end.
Yeah, good play there. He's just holding the ball up, just waiting for some help. And as we look at replay here of that shot, just
outside the boot as well.
Dig that out and get that goal bound. It's just phenomenal. And again, the save is just as good as well. As managed to get a hand and push that up onto that bar. That's what you get when you have your top two sides in the league playing against each other in a cup final, is they can produce those moments of magic on both ends in goal end, and the striker there and Marino putting a goal bound shot. That's what we want to see.
Headed away, chest of Yoshikawa. Yeah, the road to the final, pretty interesting. Metro starting off in round 2, of course. MPL sides don't start in the first round, they start in the second. So away to Cumberland, winning 4-0, then away to Adelaide Comets, another MPL side, 4-1, then a 4-2 win against Adelaide Cobras in State League 1, and then the 5-0 win here against West Torrens Bocala to qualify them for this final and the Australia Cup round of 32. And then Campbelltown starting in round 2 with a 6-0 win against Adelaide University Graduates, an amateur side, then a 3-2 win against Playford, and then 2 MPL sides in the row with Adelaide City winning 1-0, and then that qualifying final here against Croydon 1-0. So you definitely say maybe Campbelltown have a bit of the harder run to this final.
I was just looking at that, but when you look at it, it's like they've got Cumbie, Comets, Cobras, and Bocala. So Bocala mid-table, State League 1. Cobras sitting up in the top 2, State League 1.
Ball put in.
Yeah, they've only had the one sort of MPL side they've had to beat. But
they did it pretty comprehensively.
They did, yeah. Campbelltown certainly had the 2 MPL sides, so but they did get probably an easier start having to play against one of the amateur sides.
Temulkovsky was in the box and electing to take the ball out. Cross in at the back post. Ayubi couldn't get the touchdown. Yoshikawa. Should be a handball there. Referee plays advantage.
Campbelltown obviously have a plan to attack Metros down the right. They keep pushing Halliday inside and in that high position, trying to sort of unsettle the, Metro's shape a little bit. So obviously that's a target from Michael to come down their left side at Metro's right side.
Maricic switching the ball out wide. Mullen. Alex Mullen still going. Central ball touched out wide. Marino, I think, was attempting a shot there. Almost turned into a cross.
He had a little bit more time there to set a little bit around the edge of the box. It's always important for strikers not to rush and make rash decisions around the box, because defenders are the ones that you can put under pressure around the box.
I think the scary part there for Metro was the fact that he didn't utilise that time that he did have. The fact that they've allowed him that much time is probably a worry for them in that back line. You mentioned it earlier that they're allowing him way too much time and space, and it's just there again. He didn't realise he had that much time, but if they continue giving that time and space to Campbelltown, they will make it count.
Just past the half-hour mark, we'll cross down to the sidelines with Johnny Kiko. Johnny, how's it feeling down the sidelines with both benches beside you?
Well, the Michael Petrucciani in the last couple of seconds was going nuts over a decision. I had the fourth official, Cookie, had to come down there and have a chat to him just to calm it all down and just explain the reason behind the decision. But Daniel Cook, obviously on the sidelines, had to calm down both coaches so far in the first 30 minutes. They've been very vocal, as we know from what they are. They are calm off prior to the game, but during the game they can be very vocal. And but yeah, it's an interesting first 30 minutes down here on the sideline. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the second half. But yeah, if things stay the way it is now, the second half's going to be pretty heated down here, and I'm going to look forward to doing some crosses to you during that period as well, boys. And the rain's actually calmed down, which is fantastic.
No more umbrella for you, Johnny, hopefully. Alex Mullen. It's not often he doesn't win a header. Out wide, Laurie Latanzio, good touchdown in the box. No penalty. And just a goal kick.
He's gone down far too easy.
I didn't want to say that. But great ball across as well, and that's what I was talking about earlier, is if they can isolate him against Nagel a little bit more. You can see that burst of pace. He went round him with a great little touch, but I think they need to look at that as an outlet a little bit more as well, if they can isolate Latanzio against Nagel.
Laura Latanzio, still a young player, has a lot of experience, played in the NPL with Adelaide United, then went over to Melbourne Victory, and then went to play in Canada with York United. Also was included in the Under-17s World Cup squad in 2019. So a young player with that much experience already is vital. Marino will win the corner. And a yellow card's been given out.
He played advantage, and now he's gone back and booked him. If we carry on with the yellow cards like this, it might not be finishing with the 11 on each side.
No, I think we might finish with a couple missing. But I understand the advantage in that, but I'm not sure the yellow was net. It could have been just a word, but he set the tone early with the other yellow, so I think he's sort of having to travel along that path.
Corner delivery in. Unable to get to a Campbelltown head. Mullen trying to put a tackle in there. Metro still able to just launch the ball forward.
No, I need to ask this as well, Carl. We were talking about Laurie Latanzio just before, and how obviously he's still quite young. He's got that A-League experience and international experience with the Joeys and things like that. Are they players that you keep an eye on once they go back to the NPL? You keep an eye on them just to see how they travel, or they sort of go past that stage? How does that work?
Yeah, I suppose it's you always sort of keep an eye out. We are in the NPL. We always have a look at players, and I've known Louis for a long time. I think he's a very good player, and it's just a matter of an opportunity that he needs. And unfortunately for our club, he plays in a position where we've got a lot of good young players. So it's always, sometimes you need that little bit of luck to make that next step.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to say, Adelaide are littered with wingers and good young wingers. Unfortunately, obviously, unfortunately for him, but fortunately for Adelaide United in that regard. So, but it's great to be able to ask you these questions. I'm sure there's plenty of Adelaide United supporters that are watching and are loving the insight having you here with us, Carl. So it's great to have you on board.
Carmody. Gow. Launched forward by Carmody again. Woodlands. with Maricic. Spraying a ball forward, trying to header it on. Well done there by Christian D'Angelo, but Alex Mullins slipping a few slips already. Strong tackle coming in. Hamish Gow getting past and winning a free kick.
Yeah, plenty of players are slipping. I thought this would happen considering the amount of rain and the pitch would be soft, but I'm curious to know how many of those players actually got studs or if they're just wearing your traditional moulds.
I don't think players these days wear studs.
Oh, I tell you what, it was the first set of boots in my bag were a pair of studs, I tell you what. It seems to go the way that with so many artificial pitches, I don't tend to use them anymore, but for me it was always made sure they were in the bag as well.
This pitch held up very well, had 3 games played on it today and still in immaculate condition. Obviously in preparation for the FIFA Women's World Cup, happening in under a month's time. Ayubi taking his time. Woodfin wide. Ayubi trying to get past. Cameron Woodfin. Yoshikawa getting dispossessed. No foul, says the referee. What do you hear there, Michael Matriciani, I'm pretty sure. Hamish Gow. Hamish Gow!
Oh my word.
Coming back from 1-0 down. And Metro have climbed back already to 2-1 up through Hamish Gow. He's got a double.
That's just some finish from Hamish Gow. You expect it. I've seen some of his free kicks that he's hit in the past, and you look at that and just go, wow, what a finish.
Almost no reaction from the Metro bench.
Just means he does it too often.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from Hamish Gow. A goal worthy of any cup final. And
they just
Johnny,
didn't get
we
out
saw
and put pressure on him, didn't they? You can't, with the quality that Hamish has, you can't allow him that much time.
Certainly on his left. There's great view here, just look at that. Right behind is. The scary part is that never looked like missing. But what's a hit on his left? You cannot allow Hamish Gow time on his left.
Johnny, we saw some pictures there of the Metro bench almost completely unmoved. How's the body language?
Oh, mate, it was absolutely electric down here when that went in. The angle I was on was the exact angle that you just saw there of the footage of the replay of that goal. The way it just glided into that top-hand corner was incredible to watch and witness. And it went in as slowly as the bench jumped into the air. That looked like in slow motion. The whole bench just lifted up. I reckon that would have been registered on the Richter scale when they all landed on the ground. Even the grandstand, the amount of fans directly behind the bench were all up in arms as well, which is great to see. The atmosphere has lifted just a little bit more since that goal as well. So incredible scenes down here on the sidelines. I'm privileged to be able to witness that firsthand as we head into the halftime break, boys. A lot to talk about in halftime as well.
Thank you for that, Johnny. And after Campbelltown being the side having more of the chances earlier on the half, Metro somehow 2-1 up.
I think the changes come now that Hamish Gow and Woodfin are getting their foot on the ball in the middle of the park. And they're having a little bit too much time and space in there. You can see that with the first goal from the penalty, Hamish Gow had too much time and played that through ball from the middle of the park, and again, he's found space again for the second goal.
And he's the type of player that not only does he shoot like that, but we've already seen it today. He'll find those passes. He'll take those shots. He's that type of player that will make things happen if you give him that space. And it's funny because this is what Metro were allowing Campbelltown that first 20 minutes. They were allowing them the space and time. And now it's swung the other way, and Campbelltown have let that slip. So be interesting to see coming into half-time, what Michael says to his boys now, sir, to get them ready. What's something going into this half-time talk?
Yeah, I think it's important that Campbelltown still keep doing what they've done. You know, they've had some great opportunities in the first half. So it's important that they stick to their game plan and keep moving the ball and finding those spaces that they have found consistently in the first 30 minutes.
On the edge of the box with the ball. No foul, says the referee. Laurie Latanzio. Mark Marino's on. Still going. He's 1-on-1. Mark Marino.
Another great. He's kept them in the game so far, hasn't he? The goalkeeper from Metro.
He certainly has. Carmody's been an absolute wall for Metro today. That's just phenomenal.
Speaking of Wolves, Jackson Wolves with the ball now. Woodfin. Mark Marino putting pressure on. Winning the ball back.
It'll be interesting to see how Marino bounces back after that as well. He's had a couple of opportunities which you wouldn't expect him to score, especially the shot that hit the bar. But that one you would normally expect him to slot that home. So it'll be interesting to see how he reacts now going into the second half.
2 minutes of additional time confirmed for this first half. Ball delivered in, off the bar. And Metro towards the end of this half, looking more than likely to get a winner. Barbiero. Yoshikawa. Electing to just get the ball out of harm's way for Campbelltown. What an end to this half we've had, boys.
It's been great. The whole first half has been a good game to watch as well. Campbelltown settled so quickly. After only 3 minutes they scored and settled. And Metro have had to build themselves.
Cameron Woodfin.
Metro have had to slowly build into the game, and they've done it, and they've finished off this half really, really well. But I think Metro have got a lot to thank Carmody for their first half, to be honest.
And even then, early on, Carmody had a fair few mistakes that could have led to a goal for Campbelltown. So it's kind of extraordinary that it's managed to come out this way. Mullen Yoshikawa unable to complete that 1-2.
I think that, as I said, I think what's allowed Metros to get in the game is Woodfin and Hamish Gale to have that space that they've got in the middle of the park. I think Pictionary and Joel Orr have just dropped a little bit too deep in front of their back four, which has allowed them a little bit too much space to play.
James Temulkovsky unable to pull off that through ball. And the referee now calls for the halftime break. 2-1 to Metro coming from behind. And Carl, great half. Great half for a cup final.
Yeah, it was a great game. A lot of opportunities so far for both teams. As you said, I think on the opportunities created, Campbelltown most probably will go in the half feeling a little bit hard done by, but MetroStars have taken the opportunities when they've presented themselves. So it's going to be an exciting second half. I think it's important that both teams stick to the plan the way they've played the first half, and it'll be a few more goals in the second half.
2-1 to Metro, and stay with us as the halftime show will be with you in not too soon. Don't go anywhere.
Every jump, every petrol pump, member deal and welcome meal. Every gutsy save, friendly wave, every ray of light and movie night, every helping hand and every taking a stand. Every day, everything we do helps our members to save, enjoy and simply keep on moving on.
Electricity bills are stinging more than ever. So why not go sunny? Go Sunny Solar will get you set to get the most out of solar. With no outlay and their anytime payment plan, you can put what you're saving in electricity bills towards paying for your solar instead. Let Go Sunny Solar sort your rebates and planning and let your new solar panels get busy as bees, saving you money. Take the sting out of bills and get in for summer. Visit gosunny.com.au.
"45 minutes in the Federation Cup final. Campbelltown City went from on top to behind after 45 minutes. 3 minutes into the game, Yoshikawa gets the goal to lead his side, but it's Hamish Gow who had some wow moments in that as well with that second goal to put his team back in front. MetroStars, and what a first 45 minutes of football here. It's what is cup football is all about. It's about the goals, it's about the atmosphere, it's about the excitement, and Mark, that first 45 had it all.
Oh, it was an excellent first 45 minutes. We had goals, we had yellow cards, we had some great saves, so it had pretty much everything. It did indeed. Let's take a look at those goals that we did see in the first 45 minutes. There's three of them. First one was Yoshikawa, scored a goal to get them in front in the first 3 minutes. And let's have a look at that, at the highlights and that goal as well, because that just kicked it all off for for Campbelltown. They were on the front foot in the opening minutes. Allows them to settle into the game, and a goal like that, perfect way to start off. Great build-up play. They've won the ball back. They've played into Halliday there, and he's a great ball through. Yoshikawa was a great run in behind the fullback. Fullback's probably gone a little bit wide here, and he's allowed that space in between him and the centre half, which Yoshikawa, he's a clever player.
Yeah.
He's just straight through, and a good finish there under the right-hand side of Carmody. He's just a class player, isn't he? He's great to have in this league. And then the second one comes from a penalty. There it is, the penalty there for MetroStars. That's what got them the equaliser. That's almost a game changer for the pace of the game with that one there. It's something that you won't be happy with. Yeah, well, up until that point, Metro weren't really in the game. It was all Campbelltown. One ball from Gow, split the defence, a great ball, great save there from Woodlands, and unfortunately just couldn't get there on the rebound. But one ball from Gow put Chittadini through with a great run, split the defence. And then from that point on, Metro obviously got their confidence up and were able to get themselves back into the game a lot more. But Campbelltown's issue, as Carl said as well, and it's great to have him on the co-coms with us today. Yeah. He said what's happened now is Campbelltown have just dropped off that little bit more. They're allowing Gow and Woodford to get on the ball more in that middle, which is really hurting Campbelltown at the moment. Yeah, it is. It definitely. We just see that wow factor here. Oh yeah. Hamish Gow. I know, Hamish Gow, man, look at that. Just the way he whips that in on his left. This is the atmosphere there when this happened. The goal went in. The incredible, the way the relief
from the Metro fans and also the bench was unreal.
Great camera work right behind it, and just you can see the ball moving there, and then it just settled in the top ends. It's a great finish.
Great memory for him, and let's have a look at how the stats panned out for that first 45 minutes as well, because we see the way the whole game went out on visual, but when you look at this, look at that, 20 shots overall for both teams and 5 on target for Campbelltown, which have had a great opportunity to almost score a couple of more goals to be even back in front, 3-2 maybe.
Well, they've had some great opportunities, but to be honest, Carmody's been brilliant for Metro. He had a couple of nervy issues to start with. He obviously let one in inside 3 minutes. He then gave the ball away to Alex Mullen on the top of the box, made a big save to recover himself, and he's made 3 or 4 great saves. Marino went through one-on-one. He stood up big and Marino couldn't put it past him. So Carmody's been really Metro saviour at the moment.
Absolutely, and you look at that as well, 3 yellow cards in the first 45. It's heating up out there, so I can just predicting from what I've witnessed on the sidelines, there'll be a few more on the cards for all. Pardon the pun, but yeah, there will be a few more on the cards,
exactly.
I reckon.
It's funny because Carl said the same thing. Metro got a card late in that first half. And he's like, well, I don't know if that was a yellow, but the problem was he'd already given a yellow to Maricic early on, so he has to continue now that path. He can't call one and not the other, so he's had to give that one away. So it's going to be they've got to be careful in that second half now.
Absolutely do, and this has been great to have this halftime breakdown. We had the pre-game as well, where we had some great stats there, all thanks to Dimitri Peppers for giving us those stats for the head-to-head between the coaches and the goal scorers as well. So, mate, it's been a great pleasure to bring you this halftime break, and we look forward to what comes in the final 45, or as the other 2 games are gone, we may have longer, we may have another extra time, we may have penalties, but hopefully for the staff here, they want to go home, and obviously they got the celebrations to continue on through the night. Don't go anywhere. On the other side, we got the next 45 minutes, possibly more, to come right here on Facebook and YouTube.
Sure, this beer looks pretty good, but actually, it's what you can't see that makes this beer at Cooper's. Because every drop contains 160 years of passion, determination to keep a family recipe unchanged, and proud, fierce independence. And it's this stuff that will always make it forever original.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
How do you create light? It takes patience. It takes knowledge. It takes a deep understanding of how light behaves. How do you illuminate the sporting feats of champions? Feats that inspire us all. Feats that move nations. It takes people, scientists, engineers, and marketers. It takes materials that can withstand all elements. It takes machinery, cutting-edge machinery. It takes a sustainable approach using recyclable, reclaimable materials and offsetting emissions. It takes pressure. Pressure to expose and eliminate weakness so that all that's left is strength. But more than anything, it takes belief. Belief in your product, belief in your team, belief in yourself and your ability to outpace and outlive the competition. It's that belief that creates light.
Just 800 metres up Bridge Road, the Bridgeway Hotel is the family-friendly location to visit after the match, with an extensive menu featuring dry-aged steaks, a dedicated wood-fired pizza oven and your favourite pub classics. Plus a massive beer garden with the biggest HD screen in any pub anywhere in the Southern Hemisphere. Proudly boasting one of Adelaide's premier live music venues with the greatest lineups. The Bridgeway Hotel is the premium destination for food, fun and entertainment.
Welcome back for this second half here at ServiceFM Stadium as we get ready for the second half of Campbelltown City versus MetroStars. I'm your commentator, Seb O'Neill, joined by Mark Talbot and Carl Viet. Both of you boys, what should we expect from the second half?
Yeah, look, I think Campbelltown need to address the space that they're giving Hamish Gow and Woodford in the middle of the park, and if they can get on top of that, I think whoever wins that battle will end up winning the game.
Yeah, I completely agree. The amount of space that Woodford and Gow were finding later in that first half really dictated the way the game was going. So, yeah, I completely agree. There's no two ways about it. That midfield battle is going to win the game.
It's been a long day. Okay.
And I suppose with Campbelltown as well, you know, they've created a lot of opportunities in that first half, so I think they will still be confident that they can get back into the game.
Yeah, for anyone only just joining us, you'd definitely say Campbelltown have probably been the team on top for most of the first half, Mark.
Yeah, they certainly were. They had 11 shots in total. They had 5 on target. And if it wasn't for Carmody, they would have been miles in front. They would have been 3 or 4 goals to the good. But Carmody's been brilliant for Metro in that first half. And I'm not just saying saves in general. I'm talking like they were quality saves. So they can certainly put that down to him, that Metro have actually stayed in front, or in this case got in front.
Yeah, I can't forget they came from 1-0 down. Early goal from Shogo Yoshikawa and Hamish Gow.
Equalising and then scoring an absolute ripper.
It's a goal that you would be quite happy to see on any stage of football.
Definitely. The way the ball moved was reminiscent of the way Ronaldo hits the ball, the way it just moved in the air. It moved that much. I was like, wow. So yeah, any that goal is good for any level, right? That's for sure.
Massive leap for a header there by Allwright. Has played in the A-League with the Newcastle Jets, was on trial with Dundee United in 2007, has won this cup before with Adelaide City. Edge of the box, Marino couldn't get that off. Now again.
Again, it's Campbelltown with Halliday going inside. It's causing a few problems for Metros.
And that's the joys, I think, with Campbelltown, that left-hand side. Yoshikawa was not afraid to work hard. So he dropped back into that left fullback role to pick the ball up while Halliday had gone further afield. And if you've got a winger willing to work that hard as well and combine with his fullback, it makes it very difficult for the defending side. And they're getting a little bit of joy out there. I think they just need to keep doing that as well.
Laurie Latanzio. Putting in that ball then was James Boffer. Boffer again. Played into the feet of Halliday and then unable to make that pass to Marino.
They've come out and started well the second half, Campbelltown, so it's important that they keep on this front foot how they've started.
Throwing now for Metro, straight onto the head of Halliday.
What a good header that was from the lad in the crowd there. Certainly a defensive header though, plenty of height on it.
Not like Alex Mullen.
No, certainly you wouldn't want him in the attacking box, but defensively that was great.
Making a run through and still going, losing out against Gow. There has been a pattern in today's Cup finals here. All have gone to extra time. One going all the way to penalties with Modbury and Adelaide United. So possibly could see another lot of extra time, Mark.
I'll get into that, but we've got the replay there of the header, which was great. Great header there.
He looked happy with himself.
He certainly did. He loved it. Yeah, let's hope it doesn't go to extra time like the other two games, to be honest.
Yoshikawa putting that ball in. Cleared out of harm's way.
As we were saying, we're just talking about the 18s and the reserves, or the reserves final. That's just them and Adelaide United unable to get the victory there. I've got to ask Carl this. Carl, how do you then get those boys to learn from that and hopefully take that on? Because they're there to win, but they're also there to develop. So winning isn't the forefront of their game. It's more how can we develop these players to take that next step to the A-League.
Yeah, it's important. As you say, you still want to have that culture that you want to win matches. But they're a very young squad as well, so our MPL side, mostly a 17, 18-year-olds, so they're very young, and the reserve side's even younger. So it's good exposure for them to be playing in those games where it is, league games have that, next week, whereas cup finals,
that's it,
on the line.
It's on the line. And like I said, even they can take a lot out of not getting the results later. They can take a lot out of that result, even though they did lose. But they can look and go, okay, well, where did we lose the game? I mean, it went to penalties, so it obviously wasn't that they lost the game, but they can look at those areas and go, okay, well, where can we build and what can we learn from those?
Yeah, most definitely. You can, when you lose, you can learn a lot from losses, because sometimes when you win, it sort of
papers over the cracks.
Papers over the cracks a little bit. So it's a tough lesson, but I'm sure that those young boys will bounce back from that.
Just a foul and a free kick there for Metro. Leaping there was Alex Mullen. Temulkovsky has the touch to get it down. Wins a free kick.
Second half sort of started a little bit like the first half. Campbelltown have come out well, and Metros have sort of weathered this little first 5-6 minutes and now starting to come into the game themselves.
Nagel rolling into midfield. Gow on a brace. Edge of the box, Woodfin. Deflection a little bit, but still into the hands of Woodlands.
You can see there again, how much time and space Hamish Gow's got on the ball in the middle of the park. I don't think, with the quality that he's got, I don't think that you can get away with that too many times. I think he showed that in the first half.
Barbiero.
So it's something that Campbelltown will need to to address fairly quickly if they want to get back into this game.
Pass cut out there by Wolves. Just at the halfway line, this throw in for Campbelltown. Halliday. Marino. Maybe a handball. Campbelltown still going. Mullen. Marino looking for it on his left. Marino shaping up the shot.
He certainly had a lot of time there at the top of the box. No one even wanted to close him down, and he hesitated as well. He went to hit, took his time, and then eventually let go, but plenty of space there at the top of the box, which is worrying for Metro to allow him that much space. But yet Campbelltown still creating chances. He's gone again, same guy. He's on it today, that's 2. He's loving it.
Johnny, we'll cross down to you, Johnny. I think you might have someone to do an interview with at full time that aren't the players, Johnny.
There's a few to do an interview with. I'm going to try and get through all of them, depending on who wins, though. But I've got a long list of people I want to chat to at full time. So, yeah, you can give me a couple as well if you want.
So we're going to get Johnny to interview the guy that's won 2 headers uncontested on the sideline.
Foul there.
To be honest, I'm surprised he hasn't booked Chittadini there for that tackle, considering the ones he gave bookings for in the first
3 yellow
half.
cards already.
I thought that would have been a yellow as well.
Central ball. Mullen off the head. Laurie Latanzio. Playing through. Laurie Latanzio needs the ball in. Mullen!
Well worked
2-2.
goal.
I said he'd score, but I got it wrong. I said he'd score with his head.
The one time he doesn't.
One time, yeah.
Is the equaliser for Campbelltown.
What play though? What build-up play from Campbelltown? Just brilliant.
They were very patient with the ball, and a great forward run by Louis, and a cut back as well. So, yeah, well worked team goal. The coach would be very happy with that.
That's training ground stuff, that right there. It's that combinations in those areas. As you see on the replay here, just holding it up, just waiting. Great ball in behind the fullback. I said that in the first half. If they can isolate Latanzio against Nagel with those 1v1s, he's going to outpace him all day, and he did there quite easily. And great cutback. Unfortunately, Carmody unable to do anything with that one.
Campbelltown's captain getting that equaliser. I think that's Tembulkovsky down. Have called for the trainer on.
I think there's going to be small goals still left in this game. It's both teams have been very open with their attacking play and backing themselves in. So that's makes it very exciting to watch for the supporters.
That's what you want in a cup final. You want a neutral game. You want, for the neutrals, you want it to be plenty of goals, plenty of action. And we've certainly seen a lot of shots. I mean, even just at half-time, 20 shots in the whole game so far. So I think we've already had probably another 5 or 6 already this half. So it does lead for a good game to watch, and I think plenty of crowd here are getting to see a good game. But this is what we wanted to see from you 1 and 2 in the table in the league. They're there for a reason. They're in this final for a reason because they both play good attacking football and have got the players and quality to hit goals like Gow just did and build up play like Campbelltown's second goal. So.
Back all square here in this 2023 Federation Cup final. Campbelltown having already won one cup today with their under-18s beating the NTC side, a goal straight from a corner in the 105th minute of extra time just before the break. And of course, they also have their gala dinner tonight, so they want to make it 2 from 2. Otherwise, it might be a little bit awkward.
They certainly wouldn't have been happy with the 2 games going to extra time already. So they've already, I think I heard the other day that they've pushed back their dinner by half an hour just to cater for today. But the way things are going, I expect a win in 90 minutes, to be honest.
Nagel couldn't get that ball to Temulkovsky. Mullen, Campbelltown's most recent goal scorer. Marino Mullen still making that run into the centre. Marino out wide. Getting past 1 and then 2. Marino spraying that ball out wide to Yoshikawa. Maybe looking for the shot there. Wide of the goal.
So already, we're 15 minutes into the second half, and you can see the game starting to get stretched a bit now. There's a lot of space in the middle of the park. Both teams are going from one end to the other end. So it's, as you say, I think there's going to be more goals coming if it stays this open.
With it being so open, it'll be interesting to see when the coaches look to their benches as well, because obviously they're going to start to tire with the game more stretched. They're going to tire a little bit quicker. So it'll be interesting to see who goes to that bench first and who they look to bring on. I mean, Campbelltown, they've got the likes of Trimboli, who's a great player, got great experience, and you've got Yuri Matsumoto who's sitting on the bench as well for Campbelltown. So some great players there. So they've got certainly some match winners on the bench for Campbelltown. And you look at MetroStars, again, Nagamatsu on the bench. He was a starter every game last year. So you've got goal scorers there. So it'll be interesting to see who goes first. And
Kopsky offside. Yeah, just saying there, Yoho Matsumoto on the bench. Perhaps a bit of surprising for you for an occasion like this for Campbelltown.
Oh, possibly yes, but when you've got players like Matsumoto and Laurie Latanzio fighting for the same spot, you're not really losing out either way, are you?
No.
So they both add something different. They both bring something different to the game. So it just depends on who's in form at the moment, really. So it's a great problem for a coach to have.
And saying that, I can't imagine we wouldn't see Yoho Matsumoto before the 90 minutes. I'd imagine he'd come on. Nice touch and turn by Fabian Barbiero there. Experienced midfielder.
Rolled back the years on that turn. That was,
yeah.
What a great player. What a great season he's had this year. He's been brilliant this year for Metro.
Former.
As I say, that he gives the ball away.
Laurie Latanzio is wide. Has Marino in the middle, deflected out for a corner. Fabian Barbiero once playing against Rivaldo in the AFC Asian Champions League for Adelaide United in the semi-final.
You just saw there the speed that Campbelltown have as well on their counter-attack. So it's important Metros don't go too early and leave themselves exposed.
Barbier also playing against one of his former teammates, and Daniel Mullen played in that same game of the semi-finals of the Asian Champions League. Fabian Barbier and Daniel Mullen. All the way back in 2008. Yeah, I would have been 2. I would have been 2.
That's right. What do you now, mate? Call them the Intel Grand Final. Just shows you how good those players have been. Not only at A-League level, they've played AFC Champions League, still being able to play in the NPL. So, and not only just play, but boss teams and control games.
Mullen fouled there. There's your final attendance of the day as a whole, 2,721.
Shame there's not a few more here today, because it's been a great game of football to watch.
I think on record here would be the Adelaide United City game. Just from guessing here in recent history of this
venue. Yeah, it'd be a pretty good guess too, to be fair.
Yoshikawa with his set-piece delivery. Trying to put in the box by Marino. Not too successful there. And that's a definite foul there.
He's going for the top pocket as well, I think.
And you'd think that would be Shogo Yoshikawa maybe not lasting the whole 90 minutes.
He's gone to the back pocket. He's sending straight off.
Yeah.
And it's still happening here. Really not happy about that tackle from Shogo Yoshikawa after being their goal scorer, now reducing his side to 10.
Interesting to see if there's any other bookings from the fallout from that. Certainly a lot of pushing and shoving in those areas. But just have to wait and see. He's having a chat with his assistant referee now.
Shogo Yoshikawa only lasting 65 minutes. And I'm pretty sure one of you said as well, we expected to maybe get a player sent off this match as well.
Very disappointing if you're a Campbelltown player to lose a player for something like that. You just can't. It's unexcusable, really.
Booking Temelkovsky as well for his involvement.
A crazy little period there. Yeah, Johnny, we'll go down to you. What's it like down there after all that's happened?
Absolutely heated, boys. The fourth official is still working hard to try and calm it all down here. The bench for Campbelltown City, obviously they were not happy with it. They were saying it should have been no more than a yellow for Yoshikawa. But from what angle I was at, 100% I agree with Regis Kwepelek. There is a definite red card. That was not a great look the way he flew in there. So it's absolutely gone next level. We did say at half time it was going to get a bit more heated in that next 45, and it's already gotten there pretty early, boys. So it's pretty crazy. But as you saw, Yoshikawa straight down the tunnel. He knew, no arguing there from him. So we'll see how it goes, boys. But it looks like we may see a substitution from Campbelltown very soon. They are talking to their bench at the moment. So I'll keep you updated on that.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah, just seeing the replay there, especially the angle, that was, I have to agree, I think it was a straight red.
Yeah, straight red. I don't think you can.
Cannot
you can just cannot understand how you can do something like that.
No, that was a different kind of tackle. That one. I'm not even sure I can call it a tackle, to be honest. So, but it really does make life hard now for Campbelltown.
I can't think of another sport where you'd use that kind of tackle, to be honest. Ball with Metro. Campbelltown down to 10. Temelkovsky, great turn. James Temelkovsky. Cleared away.
Yeah, it's gonna really stretch Campbelltown now. I think Metro showed in the first half, if you give their midfielders a bit of space and time, that they will cause trouble, and now there's only going to be more space for them in there. So it's going to be a tough last 30 minutes for Campbelltown.
And I think the substitute for Campbelltown is being ready to come on. Just heard Yohai Matsumoto.
Interesting to see if it's a like-for-like change. Or they look to change the shape a little bit now that they're down in 10. But Matsumoto is still an attacking player, so he's certainly not bringing on a defender to just hold out at this 2-2 and try and play for 90 minutes.
Of course, Matsumoto himself getting sent off a month or so ago against Adelaide United.
Really good play there from Temilkovsky, just holding it up, rolling the defender, getting a shot away. Great positioning from Woodlands just to make it look like a very simple save, but just down to positioning there that he's right spot.
They no longer have Yoshikawa in these corners and set pieces. Laurie Latanzio getting that touchdown. The shot from range. Just over 20 minutes to go.
I think it's now important for Metros just to put their foot on the ball and try and stretch Campbelltown and just keep the ball moving and wait for their moment to take advantage of.
Mullen.
And make sure they don't leave themselves open for a counter-attack.
Well, we've seen Campbelltown are very fast on the transition, so they've got to make sure they're keeping that in mind.
Ayubi on the right wing, still going, putting a ball in. Attempted bicycle kick. Temilkovsky did almost a similar thing a couple of weeks ago in that qualifying final against Burkalla. Campbelltown throw. Now I think they're about to make that sub. Adam Piscineri will come off for Campbelltown, and in place will come Yohai Matsumoto. So that first change of the match with 20 minutes to go, and Campbelltown need a way back in. Gow.
It looks like now Alex Mullen will drop a little bit deeper into the midfield.
Which is a big loss then going forward, especially when you've got those sort of runs that he can make. Laurie Latanzio want to get this touch right, does so. Playing it through, looking for Mark Marino. Nagel to Woodfin, their American recruit coming from Tennessee.
So his second year this year, I think, with Metro. Came over, played last year. So
very early tackle put in.
The referee said no, the linesman says yes, and it's going to be interesting now whether he, because Jordan Marisic is already on a yellow card, so yeah.
I wasn't too sure if it was in or outside the box. Did you? Did you guys notice?
It was outside.
Outside?
Yeah, definitely outside. But he went down really, really early, and I thought, to be honest, I thought Jackson was looking for it a little bit here.
He's smart to almost just get the flick over and then still going for the tackle. Yeah. Free kick given, but no yellow card. Gow and Ayubi on this set piece.
Gow to go for his hat trick. I wouldn't put it past him shooting from here.
Has already scored one spectacular. Can he make it two for this cup final? Hamish Gow steps over for Ayubi, chipping a ball into the hands of Alex Woodlands. Woodlands himself also on a yellow card. Can conceded that penalty shot. Didn't technically concede the penalty, but the follow-up from Hamish Gow did go in. Ball launched forward, looking for Marino cut out. Off the chest of Matsumoto, that substitute, made not too long ago. Still running through, that should be a foul.
Campbelltown, I think, 15 minutes ago, will now just try and slow the game down as much as possible and just try and see out. If they can get a fast transition, they will, but I think they're just going to try. They're going to try and just hold out as long as they can now.
Ayubi on that wing against Halliday. Ball in the centre for now the corner. Gow will take. Has an option short, taking it in Ayubi. Just putting a ball into the centre. Cleared out.
That was certainly straight from the training ground, that set piece. And it's almost works. Barbiero's just stretching, just not quite getting enough on that.
Campbelltown now, Matsumoto, then Marino. Couldn't get a touch on the ball. Mullen, him struggling a little bit himself. Cut out there. Ooh. Tackles flying in. Wasn't a great one. And that's a yellow card. Definitely an edge.
Let's have a look at the replay here. Certainly going for the ball, but Gow was just way too clever for him there, just cutting it back. And when you lunge in like that, you're always going to take a risk.
I think it's, as you say, I think he realised that he was out of play there and would have opened the game up for Metro, so he's taken one for the team.
This free kick with the back line of Metro. Solania. Nagel. Putting the ball in the centre for Temulkovsky. Great touchdown. Playing out wide to Ayubi. Managing to get the shot off. There's that angle again from Austin Ayubi.
Yeah, just tried to hit it too hard. Cut across it. Never any trouble there for Woodlands. But great hold-up play from Temulkovsky. He's got the ball in. He's hold off the defender. He's able to find Ayubi wide. But that's what Temulkovsky does. He's quite big and he's strong. And he can hold those players off, bring other players in.
Running onto this, Cittadini. Cittadini getting past one. On the edge of the box, Cameron Woodfin. Electing out wide with Wolves. Touched away by Alex Mullen, just enough to temporarily stop that Metro attack. In the box now. Trying to get past. Still going. Flicked in. Just needs a hit. Oh. Another chance for Metro.
Again, a great play by Timofsky there. He's very dangerous around the edge of the box and inside the box. I mean, he's got great feet for such a big man.
But also just the awareness there, just to not smash it across. Look for a player at the far post. It's been a joy to watch in this game.
Taken short, Gal, then to Ayubi. Crossing on his right foot. Needs to be cleared by Matsumoto. Doesn't concede the corner. He's a little bit stuck. Maricic just getting the ball forward. Not into the feet of another teammate. 12 minutes left. 2-2. Campbelltown down to 10. Red card to Shogo Yoshikawa. Could say it was borderline even more than a red.
If that's possible, but yes.
A maroon.
Yes, but Campbelltown need to be careful. Woodford and Gower still getting a lot of time on the in that middle third.
It's a tough one when you go down to 10 men. You want to defend, and you can see how deep they're getting Campbelltown. So he said they've got to be careful that they don't drop off too deep too early. As you say, you don't want to be letting Metros have easy passes, especially into their striker.
Yeah, you certainly don't want him getting the ball inside that box. We've already seen it multiple times that he's got quick feet. He can work that ball around the defenders, so you don't want him getting the ball inside that box and creating that space.
Tembukovsky unable to chase that one down that time. Woodfin. Cross coming in. Back post header for Tembukovsky. Right across the face of goal was dangerous.
You can see there again, they're far too deep, Campbelltown, almost inside their own 6-yard box before the ball's even delivered in. So that's, they can't be giving that much space.
Tembukovsky's done well there just to peel off and find that half a yard to get that heading opportunity, but it is a worry when they're dropping that far deep. The ball's not there. They're on their 6-yard line. It's going to be very tough last 10 minutes for Campbelltown.
Hoffa going back to his keeper in the 80th minute. Maybe asking a bit too much of the foul there. Solanya. Could we be seeing a third match today go into extra time?
The intensity, certainly, I think it seems to have dropped since that red card. It seems to have dropped a little bit, and like Campbelltown obviously going to try and slow the game down now, but just seems that intensity just dropped a little bit, even from Metro, to try and get that winner. They're sort of just taking their time and keeping the ball, but
it's important. You said it's important that Metro still keep the tempo in the game and don't get caught dropping off, because Campbelltown are dropping off, giving them that space and that time, that they slow play the game. They need to keep the tempo, keep the ball moving quick.
That's what's done it for them so far, and then if you start changing that, even against 10 men, normally the 10 men work harder than the 11, so they've got to raise that bar again. It'll be interesting to see when Danny Graceland goes to his bench to try and introduce some fresh legs to try and raise that the pace, the intensity of the game a little bit.
Only the one substitute so far for either side, which was probably forced because of that red card, you'd imagine. On the wing, might go out, does so. Couldn't keep it in for the cutback.
Speaking of Metro, just about to make a change.
Coming on will be number 26, Ren Nagamatsu, and coming off is the veteran, Fabian Barbiero. As you said, Marcus had a great season. Had a great semi-final, qualifying final a couple weeks ago. Maybe not his greatest game today, but definitely put in a shift.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And you know what you're going to get from Barbiero. He's always going to run out of game. He's always going to give you everything. And I think the change here for Metro is that I think they're going to drop Tembukovsky back just a little bit into that deeper lying 9 role and have Nagamatsu play out now at 9 now. Try and get Tamakowski on the ball a little bit more in that hole, I think.
You'd think now that with the two big boys that they've got up front, that the ball might be coming a little bit more into the box.
A little bit more direct. I was on this game last week, and it was funny. It was Adelaide City were 2-0 up, and I was saying they need to get the ball to make anything count. They need to get the ball in the box, and just to see what happens and how Adelaide City deal with it. They end up scoring 2 goals just purely by getting the ball in the box late. Adelaide City couldn't cope with it, and it ended up costing Adelaide City the 3 points. They got a point out of it in the end. So maybe Metro are starting to look that way and go, okay, let's just get the ball in the box. And they've got 2 big boys like Ren. No, Matsu's not short at all. He's a big lad as well. So
just seen replays there of Alex Mullins' finish to make it 2-2. We would have to say Hamish Gow's, though, the pick of the bunch out of the 4 goals we've had in the senior final.
I think you'd be able to find a better goal this season.
I was going to say, I don't know if he makes it into goal of the week. We have to check with the
it's a cup final.
The
cup
football
final.
SA have to see if it makes it into goal of the week, because it certainly deserves it. That's for sure.
I think it'll prove to be ineligible due to this being a cup final and not an NPL game, unfortunately. But I think in everyone's minds and hearts, we know. Gow.
There it is, yeah. You can see straight away, ball wide straight and delivered straight into the box.
Delivery in. Shot from range by Ayubi. Referee has to pull that one back as the sun starts to set here at ServiceFM Stadium. Could be heading for an extra half an hour of football.
I don't think either team really wants to go to extra time, to be honest. I mean, Campbelltown are more likely to want to go to extra time from a footballing point of view, but the club themselves won't. But
not the dinner.
Not the dinner, exactly.
Not the dinner.
But Metro really just need to make the man advantage count. Two big lads up top. Keep looking for the wide players. Deliver early and see what they can produce.
Scott Nagel able to keep that one in. Ball central to Temulkovsky. Touchdown. No handball, says the referee against.
He's done really well there. Awkward ball to control, and he's managed to get it in the right direction. Ref has said it's all chest, and then he's managed to win the free kick. I think that's off Boffa on that corner. No,
David Mullen.
Yeah. But again, that's a foul there. Mullen knows he has to make. Unfortunately, he knows the ball's gone past him, and once he gets past him, he's heading straight for that box. So you know he's going to have to make that foul there.
Almost practically a corner here for Metro. Say as well, if it stays like this into full time and extra time, it'll be a few different sets of instructions, considering Campbelltown down to 10. Metro obviously have the full team available. It's interesting to see what will happen if this goes to extra time.
Yeah, look, I think if it goes to extra time, I think that's what Campbelltown are playing for now. They're just trying to hold them out to extra time. If they get it to extra time, they're going to hold out for penalties. Once you get to penalties, it's purely mind games, luck of the draw. There's many factors come into penalties, so they're just going to try and hold out as much as they can, slow the game down, and hope they can get to extra time and penalties, I think.
think referee might have played advantage there, not too sure. Gao. Going all the way back. 3 minutes until additional time. Chipped ball in. Temolkovski to touchdown. Put out for the corner.
I think that last passage there showed what Metros need to keep doing. Be patient, keep the ball moving quickly, and you know, if you keep getting the balls into feet inside the box, it's only going to be a matter of time before they find the winner.
Exactly, but it's, the key is moving that ball at pace as well. It's not moving it slowly, it's keeping the ball ticking over quickly.
Ayubi getting past one, then having the shot off the back. Deflected Matsumoto. Johnny will go down. He has it feeling in these final minutes of this possibly could just be the half or until we go into extra time.
You can feel the tension building, Danny boys, in those final minutes. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting final minute here as we go into the final 60 seconds in this 45. But I just saw the official. It looks like maybe an extra 5 minutes of time added on. So still enough time for someone to get back in this. And you can feel the tension. It's quieting down on the benches, but that's because it's getting really intense at the moment. You can just feel it.
Thank you, Johnny. We'll see if you're right with 5 minutes. Edge of the box with Woodfin. Has caused a lot of trouble for Campbelltown's defence. A high cross in, back post. Laurie Latanzio. Strong there, and the ball stayed in. Another cross for Metro. In the centre, Temolkovski. I think maybe attempting a bicycle kick there. Isn't afraid of the spectacular as James Temolkovski.
And certainly great work there from Salagny not to give that ball up and keep that pressure on Campbelltown there.
Five minutes of additional time. Some real battles will occur in these final moments with extra time looming. Headed on by Temolkovski, Nagamatsu. Temolkovski unable to keep the ball. Mullen against Temolkovski, Mullen winning out.
Showed his experience there. Alex Mullen held onto the ball and drew the foul. And there won't be no hurry to take the free kick.
Free kick at the halfway line. Matsumoto to take. Floated in delivery. Maybe not what Metro would have wanted though.
Yeah, certainly not dealt with properly there. I think the keeper's called it late. He's gone through his own players, but eventually gone out. But it's, yeah, not the best defending in the world there at this late stage.
2.5 minutes roughly left. In the box, needing to just be cleared and out. All right. I think trying a bit to win a foul there. Danny Greystone not happy. Ball put in the box for Campbelltown. Ayubi against Still going. Has the shot himself. That could have been the winner there.
He's done such a good job. He's held off Halliday for most of that run down that wing there. He's done a great job. And he's done everything right. He's hit it across the keeper, but he's just dragged it a little bit wider. What a great run though.
Great opportunity for Metro there.
Really didn't miss by much at all.
Woodlands to take. Gone straight out. Will we be finished in the 90? Or will we head for extra time? Battling for the ball here. Foul, says the referee. A few words being exchanged there between Boffer and Chittadini.
Not quite sure he saw Nagamatsu there.
Yeah, no, I don't think you'd be happy that they taking a quick free kick when you're in the last minute.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on?
Referee's put his flag up, yeah.
Offside.
30 seconds.
So it would be a great time to score the winner. The other team got no chance of scoring after that.
Gow. Out wide. Wolves. Woodfin. Gow. Back with Woodfin.
It's last chance to put the ball in the box, I think.
At the referee's discretion now. Ball put in. Cleared out of the box. And that's full time. And we're heading for a half an hour of more football.
Yeah, I think the red card sort of spoiled the game, didn't it? Sort of lost its the quality, and the game went out of it after Campbelltown went down to 10 men. So I think it's important. Metro's got to, as we kept saying in that second half when they were playing with the 11, they've got to keep moving the ball a little bit quicker and create those opportunities and isolate their two strikers up front.
Yeah, the intensity certainly dropped after that red card. And Metro, I think that was the key for Metro. They lost that momentum, and it was them that had the man up, but they kept moving the ball, but it slowed down, and I think that probably cost them a little bit. And Campbelltown would just be happy to see out the half. They were happy to, after that red card, just sit in, defend deep, and just try and limit MetroStars to long shots and keep the ball out of the box. And they've done that. Then you've got extra time now. Anything can happen in extra time. Simple slip. One mistake can cost you.
We'll cross down to Johnny on the sidelines. Johnny, how's it going? Now we're heading into extra time.
Yeah, boys, it's going to be intense 30 minutes of football, I can tell you that. It's down here, just soaking up the vibes and energy from the both benches. It's been intense, especially being 10 men down. Campbelltown City have been crazy with Michael Matriciani. Very vocal, very loud, and also Danny Greystone threw his bottle a couple of times out of frustration against the wall, but that just shows how passionate he is and frustrating the game has been. It's been a great one to watch, entertaining, and the crowd in the stands as well has stuck around. They're watching a great game of football, and it's great to see what the atmosphere has been like down here tonight. This is what cup football is all about, finals football. We love these moments, and I think we're getting a great game of football on our hands today, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what we see in the next 30 minutes. And I called it, I think it was a half time. I said 2-2 draw, extra time, and I reckon penalties. I reckon we'll go down to penalties, boys. But look forward to seeing what comes in the next 30. Back to you, boys. We've got another 30 minutes of talking. Looking forward to that.
Thank you, Johnny. I'm sure we'll look forward to it too. And for a cup final, Mark, it's really done the occasion well.
Oh, it has done, yeah, definitely. It was the first 45 was great to watch. And then the first 15 minutes in the second half, great to watch. We'll just see the replays here, the sending off. And that really changed the game. That sending off, the game slowed down a little bit. Metro didn't play at the same intensity. They still create chances, but Campbelltown were quite happy to sit in, defend deep, and just try and prevent as many shots as possible. So, yeah, the red card sort of really did, I wouldn't say ruin the game, it just took a lot out of the game, unfortunately. Because up until that point, it was a great game to watch. So we just got to hope that this first half of extra time is a little bit more high intensity. But I dare say Campbelltown they'll be playing purely for the fast break. They'll be playing for that transition, defend deep, and hope they can capture Metro out on the break. And if that can't happen, they'll quite happily go to penalties. They'll wait to see what happens there, because then it's all down to mentality. How strong are you in these moments where you need to step up and take a penalty, and that's when have to admit goalkeepers can really shine.
When you say if it goes to penalty, you probably back Campbelltown with all that experience and probably have the composure to get to something like that in a cup final.
Oh, well, yeah, they've got the experience to deal with the cup final and penalties. So it'll be interesting to see. But I mean, MetroStars they've got the experience there as well, but not as much clearly. But it also comes down to your goalkeeper as well. It's what's your goalkeeper like at saving penalties? What's he like in those moments himself? So yeah, penalties can go either way. So I think Campbelltown will be really just trying to push and wait till they can get to penalties.
Well, we saw in the reserves final that the Mowbray keeper made 3 saves in a row, if I remember correct. So,
and that's what can happen. It's one of those things. Like I did get to see the penalties for the reserves, but I do know that Mowbray won, and I knew that the LA United boys had missed a couple, and I wasn't sure if they'd missed or if the keeper had saved them. So the goalkeepers can really become heroes, mates. It's as a former keeper, it's great.
It's your time to shine.
It is. The keeper really gets to stand up, and Carmody already today stood up for Metro multiple times in that first half, and if it goes to penalties, he'll get to do it again.
It's going to be interesting to see how long Mark Marino and Alex Mullen and Joel Wright can last, having to play with 10 men for such a long time in that middle of the park, because that's where it's going to be crucial for Campbelltown that they don't give Hamish Gow too much time in there.
And that's the thing, you'd want those sorts of players in your penalty shootout. You want them to last until then, so yeah, very interesting that there. Into half an hour. All 3 matches today gone to extra time. One of them decided by penalties in the end. Other one decided in extra time, and this one yet to be seen. Ayubi putting in a ball. Woodland's just slightly worried. Central ball, all right. Matsumoto. Gow going in strongly. Woodfin. Walls. Lovely little pass there. Walls able to not keep it in. Not able to keep it in, I should say.
I reckon that's the 3rd or 4th time he's overrun it, and just not able to keep up with it, and sent it out for a goal kick, unfortunately, in those dangerous positions.
Woodland's launching forward. And that ball launched straight back to Carmody. Campbelltown's last loss in the league coming against Metro. And Metro's last not completely positive result was only a draw against Croydon 2-2. Woodfin. Gow. Flicked on. Ayubi, possible opportunity. Temulkovsky, possible deflection. Yeah, it's a corner.
A good build-up play there from Metro, just taking their time, still moving the ball around, just trying to go from side to side. And when they do get into those areas, some good little passages of play, good link-up play there from Ayubi and Nagamatsu. Unfortunately, Temulkovsky unable to get the shot on target, but plenty of Campbelltown players in the way, and that's what we expect at this time, especially for Campbelltown. They're just going to sit in deep and just try and defend and reduce, or just basically prevent those shots coming in.
They've got to be careful. Again, they're receiving the ball inside the box. You don't want their strikers receiving to feet inside the box.
Good opportunity there.
We just see that on the replay, Nagamatsu at the near post. Good little flick, but just getting too much on it. Sending it over. But just playing the Campbelltown again, they're going to take their time on every play. They'll hold up, goal kicks, free kicks, slow the game right down.
And as far as the halfway line, Nagamatsu with Temulkovsky. Temulkovsky trying to get through a horde of Campbelltown players. Austin Ayubi had to play against his former club of Burkalla in the qualifying final. Back post header! Brilliant save. Brilliant save there to keep Campbelltown in this.
Interesting to see how long Alex Mullen can last. He's really starting to feel the effects, especially from that shot that he blocked before. But great save there from Woodlands.
Had so much space in the box. I'm surprised that.
Great little ball in from Ayubi, and Temulkovsky's just peeled off the back of Boffa there, and he's put his header goal bound, but Woodlands just made himself as big as possible, and nice strong reaction with the left hand there to push it away. But they're the chance Metro. They should make them count now at this stage of the game.
Launching a ball forward, D'Angelo to the corner, might get there. So does Nagel. Playing back to Gow. Ball coming into the centre, cleared away. Wolves to put the ball in. Needs some sort of connection. Mullen still there. Foul and a free kick for Metro, says the referee, and it's a good range.
Certainly Temulkovsky and Gow range here. It'll be interesting to see who gets to take this one.
Yeah, Gow on a hat-trick. Temulkovsky surprisingly hasn't scored yet. Both over this dead ball. And your guess is as good as mine, and who's going to take it?
Yeah, I got the last one wrong, so I'm not going to guess on this one. But to be fair, it is a great position for both players.
Gow having a brace on for a hat-trick. Temulkovsky, the top goal scorer in the league. Second in the cup to Michael Cittadini. Temulkovsky. Brilliant save from Alex Woodlands to keep Campbelltown out.
Great hit from Timokovsky. I think the fact that Woodlands, I think he's gone early. That's why he's had to go back the other way. Yeah, he's thinking he's got to go to his left, and he doesn't need to.
Edge of the box, Cameron Woodfin. Nagel. Ball wide. Trying to get past Laurie Latanzio as Ayubi. Committing a foul in the process.
At this stage, you just can't see Campbelltown getting out their half. They're just sort of really camped in there. Yeah, if they don't find an avenue to get out to relieve some of this pressure, it's only a matter of time before that goal comes.
Yeah, they're certainly struggling to get past that halfway line. It would be interesting. I kind of thought they would just sit in and try and defend as much as possible. They're going to waste as much time and try and get to penalties. From there, they might think they've got the edge with the experience of the Mullen boys and all right there to take penalties and Mark Marino, obviously. So I think they're going to look to play to that, try and play that and see how they go. But yeah, they've got to be very careful they don't just sit too deep and have no outlet.
Ayubi putting a ball in, punched out by Woodlands, only as far as Gow. Playing wide to Nagel. Nagel putting in a ball on his left foot, looking for the head of Nagamatsu. Woodfin again. Ball delivered in. Again, just put forward.
Yeah, I think Campbelltown, they need to put someone on that's going to actually just do a lot of running around there to put them under a little bit more pressure and give them some type of avenue that they can get out of their half.
Yeah, just someone that might be quick and can run. Because unfortunately you're not going to get that out of Marino at this stage of the game. He's not that type of player just to run into dead space and chase the ball down at this stage of the game. So it'll be interesting to see if they do make that change. It'll be interesting to see who they take off to do that. Because like I said, if they're playing for penalties, you want someone like Marino on the park still to be able to take a penalty, and you both Mullen boys. So it'll be interesting to see how Michael attacks this in the next few minutes before half time, or if he makes that change at half time, if any. But you're right, he needs something. He needs that outlet up top, so someone that can run.
Tembelkovsky chesting down for Ayubi. Solanya. Tembelkovsky onside. Few protests from the Campbelltown defenders. Here's a good opportunity now. Cross coming in. Woodfin.
Just a matter now with Metro's keeping patience and just keep moving the ball. You can see it. All the Campbelltown players are around the edge of the box. It's important that they try and draw some out to create some space where they can find the feet of the strikers.
Solanya, 2.5 minutes till the half-time break of extra time. Not really much of a break, more to switch of sides. Did not come off well there. Gow. Ayubi. Out wide. Wolves. Ayubi then with the cross at the back post. Temulkovsky was rising.
Yeah, just in the back of Damon Mullen there. Good defending from Mullen, just getting in that front spot and waiting for that touch, knowing it's going to come. And again, just another chance to slow the clock down, slow the game down. This is all Campbelltown are doing now, they're sitting in.
Only 1 minute additional time, please.
We're hearing 1 minute of additional time to be added on. Out wide. Matsumoto playing in. Campbelltown looking for the unlikely winner.
Great opportunity now for Campbelltown, just to great play just to relieve some of that pressure that they've been under. It was the out that they needed. And it's a great opportunity now to send the big boys forward, really.
Yeah, this is their opportunity, isn't it, from set pieces. Good delivery, and as you said, Alex Mullen is such a threat, so it's important that they get some good delivery here.
Matsumoto on the corner. Slipping as well. Header in. Cleared off the line.
That was quite nasty.
Ball rolling everywhere.
Is he blowing the whistle?
Yeah, he's eventually blown the whistle for
that challenge from I think it was Alex Mullen on the goalkeeper. Looked a bit nasty.
To be honest, no clue what was happening there. But
I don't think the players had any idea either. The ball kept bobbling out all over the place. And Metro a bit lucky there to come away with that and not conceding.
Metro as well, 1 minute of additional time. Ball put in the centre. From one chance to another.
Just look at the replay here of the corner. That's a good ball in. Save there from Nagel. Carmody on it, and then Alex Mullen making a nuisance of himself, and eventually the ref calling the free kick, and then Chittadini at the other end. Great ball in, and Nagel with just a great little volley, just unable to keep it under the bar.
First half of extra time now completed. These two teams will switch sides. And you might think this will go the full distance.
I was surprised to see no more substitutions as of yet. I thought Campbelltown might go just to get some fresh legs on, but
I think I think for Campbelltown to last the second half of 15 minutes, they're going to need some fresh legs. They're putting a lot of pressure on their defence, and it's only going to be a matter of time before it comes from Metros, especially if Metros keep moving the ball quickly. They need to keep shifting the ball from one side to the other side and try and open up those pockets of space so they can play into the strikers' feet.
Johnny, we'll head down to you for this little break in play. How's it feeling? How's the tension? Can't forget about the dinner. Thank you, Johnny. And yeah, looks like they'll make substitutes. We look back at the highlights of that first half of extra time, and Campbelltown
33 on,
doing a brilliant job to stay in this match.
25 off, 33 on.
Coming off for Metro is number 25, Michael Cittadini, for number 33, Alessio Malisi. Metro now go from right to left and Campbelltown left to right. You see more of those highlights from that first half. And what a game fitting at the occasion. "15 minutes away, possibly penalties." Second half of extra time underway here at ServiceFM Stadium. 2-2 between Campbelltown and Metro. Ended that way in the regular 90 minutes. No goal scored in extra time as of yet. And of course, Campbelltown having Shogo Yoshikawa sent off. Is anyone just tuning in? It's been a wild game. How else would you describe it, Mark and Carl?
Yeah, it was a very good game up until the red card, and since red card the game is sort of, unfortunately hasn't lived up to the standards that it was before then. Both teams were playing some good football, and you expect Campbelltown going down to 10 man to try and hang on and defend, which they have, and Metros just need to be a little bit better and move the ball a little bit quicker to create those opportunities to get that winner.
Yeah, the Reds certainly changed the game a lot, unfortunately, because it was a great show up until that point. It still was, but it certainly took something out of the game. And I honestly thought that there'd be more goals than what we've got at the moment, the way the first half went. But yeah, Campbelltown straight out, solid defending, just trying to see the game out.
Cross coming in, edge of the box, looking for the volley. Hamish Gow will play back as we've gone from day to night in the same match. Games have been played here since 9:30 a.m. this morning. And now we're nearing nearly 6 o'clock here in Adelaide.
I think this has just fallen into Campbelltown's hands, really, the way that Metros has just allowed them to sort of slow it down, and they've fallen into that trap of not keeping the tempo in the game and moving the ball quick enough to create more opportunities. And if they keep this up, they won't get the winner that they need. They need to make some changes. He's booked Daniel Mullen because he didn't want to give it to Jordan Maris.
I was going to say, was that a case of mistaken identity, or?
Yeah, well, Jordan already on a yellow card.
Yeah.
So it's a strange one.
Unother set piece for Metro.
Unless he said something for dissent,
booked him in
I don't
proxy.
know. Yeah. It's just a bit of a tangle. I didn't see much.
Confirmation of that yellow card for Daniel Mullen. Set piece for Metro. You'd think Gow most likely to deliver. Does so. Launched forward by Campbelltown. I think you can see that they're planning and their aim is to go for penalties.
Yeah, definitely. I think since the red card, they've actually probably executed their game plan very well. It's been to sit in, defend, and not allow Metro the space in the pockets, and that's what's happened. And Metro haven't counteracted that. They haven't done anything to change that. They've just kept the same play, but they just haven't been quick enough. They haven't moved it side to side enough, quicker. So I think it's certainly worked out for Campbelltown a lot better.
Central ball. Free kick for Campbelltown. Woodlands on the edge of the box. Nagel looking for Nagamatsu. Bit of a confrontation there. Referee comes in to make sure he can stop that before it really starts.
Just playing as Campbelltown, really. Metros are starting to get a little bit frustrated themselves. And so it's important that they just keep moving the ball quickly and keep stretching the pitch.
Taken by Mullen. Alisi, the substitute. Running through Ayubi.
Again, it's too slow. He's taking too many touches. They need to be quicker.
It also comes down to the players that are off the ball as well. Their movement into the right spaces to allow that ball. Like Nagel ran into the middle of the park, which allowed the player a bit wider, which was good. But there's not enough of that at the moment. They're very, very standard, very stationary. And I think Gal's picking the ball up really quite deep, considering how the numerical advantage. You want to see him higher up the park, try and get into those spaces where he can play that ball and find those feet. But yeah, Campbelltown doing a very good job at just holding him out.
Ball coming in. Nagel on the edge of the box. Ayubi. Just under 10 minutes left.
Campbelltown just using all their experience here, just slowing the game down. And really, yeah, I think they've probably played the conditions a lot better than what Metro have.
Yeah, most definitely. You said we've said, you know, since the red card, what's needed to be done, and Metros just haven't changed.
Trying to get through Temulkovsky, still going. Ball looking for a delivery. Headed out by Nagel.
Again, even that cross there just took him forever to get the ball into the box. He's taken a touch. He then ran round it to put it onto his right. It's just things that they've just slowed down. And then Nagel finishing with a shot that goes wide. But Campbelltown, yeah, certainly doing a great job here, just holding them out, keeping the game ticking over, but just very slowly and taking the pace right out of the game.
Matsumoto has two other Campbelltown players in the middle. Unable to pick them out. Clearance just goes high. Marino just trying to knock Carmody off the ball, but still collecting. Woodfin. Nagel. Nagamatsu. Nagamatsu trying to flick backwards. Another throw for Metro, as I think it'll be a substitute as well. Noah McNamara, the number 4, to come on for Metro. Well, they haven't made it yet, but that will be the substitute they're making due time.
I find that an interesting substitution to bring on a defender when you're
you can't see any of the Metro defenders struggling at the moment. So.
No, exactly. Unless they're just going to go for more tall timber and just throw him up front, but it seems an interesting change.
Here's that substitute. Scott Nagel will come off for Noah McNamara.
Did you have Noah McNamara at Adelaide?
Yeah. Noah's a very accomplished central defender, very good on the ball. Has a great delivery actually. Is very good from set pieces as well. He has a very good left foot. So, but put him in the wide area. Whether they want him to deliver from wide, I'm not sure.
It just seems an interesting move, but that's why I'm not a coach.
Ayubi. Corner. Metro looking for the finishing blow.
I'm still fascinated that Campbelltown haven't made a change at this stage. I thought they might have just brought on some fresh legs. But, they're closing now. 5 minutes left, less than. So I thought they might have just made a change.
I suppose when you're sitting in Campbelltown side, that you haven't really felt threatened, have you?
No.
So you haven't need to think, we need to change something.
Ayubi. Out wide with Gout. Delivery on the left foot. Needs a ball in. Cleared almost off the line. They keep on getting so close. Mullen battling against D'Angelo. Tensions rising once again.
Couldn't quite see what happened down there. Certainly got the crowd involved.
There's about 3 little reactions in a row. Might be able to see it here. So Mullen goes in for the tackle against D'Angelo. Then Marino has a turn. And I think it's then, he goes back to exchange a few words.
Yep. Just having his say. D'Angelo didn't like it.
This corner now. Is it heading for the back of the net? No penalty, says the referee.
And some great last-ditch efforts there from Campbelltown as well to prevent the shot a bit earlier. Goal bound, and someone managed to stick a boot on it, keep it out. Keeper was already beaten as well. So
yeah, there's not enough width for Metros. They're still making it a bit too easy for Campbelltown to defend the box.
Ayubi still on that wing, getting hassled a little bit. Temulkovsky. Marino. Ball just being launched forward. You'd think it's penalties now.
Oh, Campbelltown certainly. That was
still,
the game plan.
Still enough time to get a win at Metro. If they can just take less touches and move the ball a bit quicker.
Ayubi.
Since the change as well, dropping Temulkovsky into the midfield, it hasn't worked. He hasn't really had a touch since then.
No, he hasn't. Campbelltown just closed that space.
Shot coming in! The substitute, Ren Nagamatsu, scores what might quite possibly be the winner for Metro.
It was a good turn and a good shot into the corner. I'm sure Campbelltown was going to be very disappointed, but it was a goal that, I suppose, again, Hammerskow involved again.
It's one of the only times this half they've managed to find the feet in those areas.
Yeah, he's a little bit higher as well, not as deep.
Yeah, and Matthew with a great turn and strike.
Great turn. If Woodland gets a hand to it either. Might see better on this replay. We see that Campbelltown only now making their substitutes. Quite a few changes going on there. I think centre Fanti and Bartkowski coming on.
Yeah, taking off Marino and Boffa has come off as well.
I'm hearing maybe 3 minutes of additional time for Campbelltown to somehow get a goal after not having too many attacking chances in extra time.
Yeah, they've really just got to go for it now. Metro will slow everything down as much as possible as well.
I think they're going to make a sub as well. Jackson Fortuna Tau looks to come on.
Yeah, another defender as well, so looking to, I dare say Cameron Woodfin will come off.
All of these substitutes being made in a very quick flurry after that goal. And Campbelltown just couldn't hold on that little bit longer.
As Carl said earlier, if they move the ball quickly and get the ball into the feet of their strikers, something can happen. And they finally did manage to do that, and they've got their goal. It was going to be a matter of time before Campbelltown could hold out. So
you don't want to be giving them opportunities to put the ball in the box.
No.
and giving away through kicks.
Certainly not.
Confirmation of that 3 minutes of additional time. Campbelltown with a free kick. Yep, taken quickly. All right. Matsumoto. Few boys around the box as Metro have three options forward. Nagamatsu being one of them, and Temulkovsky still hasn't gotten his goal. Tackled off the ball, Laura Latanzio. Johnny, how is it down there?
It's intense at the moment, and the bench from Campbelltown are going crazy. They put a stopwatch on as soon as the goal was scored and stopped it as soon as play resumed, and they said it was 4 minutes. So they're gone off at the fourth official saying, questioning why it was only 3 minutes at a time. And they're not happy. Obviously, I understand that, but it's absolutely mental down here at the moment. You can just feel the tension between the two sides, and we still have 2 minutes left to go, boys, so I can just imagine what it's going to be like if another goal goes in.
Thank you, Johnny. Could Metro even possibly get a fourth?
They just need to keep the ball now. Then give the ball back to Campbelltown and
Ayubi. Yeah.
Effectively, you want your wide players as wide as possible and just stretch them. Keep the ball and just stretch it out as wide as you can. Make them run.
I think Alex Mullen might be running out of a bit of legs here as well. Just hobbling. Ayubi getting the touch off. Still going. Could Metro get a fourth? Blocked off, but stayed in. Nagamatsu has scored the winner for the time being. No foul, says the referee. Campbelltown launching the ball forward. That one is a foul, says the referee, on Alex Mullen.
cramping up.
I'm not surprised. He's covered a lot of Ks. I think he's got both legs cramping.
The goalkeeper's even going up for this one.
Wow.
Wouldn't blame him.
Do not blame him at all.
Alex Mullen staying back, so almost in a way.
They'll wait for him to get forward.
Oh, I don't think he's going to make it.
I don't think he's going to make it. I think
He might
you're
not.
right there.
Yeah. if somehow Campbelltown do get an equaliser, I don't know if he's really in a condition to take a penalty. But he doesn't tend to score with his feet anyway. Ball just being launched in. Needs a head off a Campbelltown player. Launched out of defence.
I don't know where the goalkeeper's going.
He's going to have a shot in, isn't it?
Ball put out wide to Alex Mullen. Woodlands playing outfield.
Long throw.
Maybe
surely.
trying to get back 11 players almost.
And all of a sudden there's no ball available. That's just not quite happy there with the Metro bench.
Dragged down is Joel Allwright.
Unnecessary opportunity to give Campbelltown to put the ball in the box. Hopefully it doesn't cost them.
I've got so close to penalties, I kind of want penalties now.
And from memory all week, I think you were saying there's no way it's getting this far.
Yeah, I know. I was like, 90 minutes, that's it. But now that I'm here, hey, we've gone through 120.
Might as well.
Let's get to penalties. I like to see penalties because I like to see what people are made of. It's a real test of character, penalties.
Delivery by Matsumoto. One man in the wall for Metro. Back post. Needs a foot, needs something on it. Ball delivered in. Back post, corner.
Campbelltown really just throwing everything they've got now.
Referee just sorting out any little issues in the box before this corner can be taken.
Keep on keeper, you don't see that too often.
Corner for Campbelltown. In the centre.
Oh.
And that's full time. A bit of afters, but that's the cup for MetroStars. Coming back from 1-0 down. And now have won the 2023 Federation Cup final. And what a cup final it was.
Certainly had everything. They even got the red cards. Yeah, no, the first 45 was an outstanding first half to watch from the neutral. Second half started off the same way, but like I said, that red card really sort of had a detrimental effect to the game as a whole, unfortunately.
Yeah, as a spectacle, it sort of went downhill after that. But full credit to MetroStars. They, after the red card, they were the only one that was going to win the game.
Yeah.
Johnny, we'll go down to you, and you're with the match winner, Ren Nagamatsu.
Yes, I am with Ren Nagamatsu. He scored the winner. He doesn't speak too much English, but we'll keep it very short. How are you feeling, mate? You won the cup. You got the winner for your team. How are you feeling?
So much amazing. Yeah, but actually, yeah, we having the great season, but I'm not good. Yeah, no good season I spent. Yeah, but yeah, everybody said you can do it, you can do it. Yeah, I'm so happy.
You're so happy. That's good to see, mate. You're going to celebrate all night with the boys?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Congratulations, mate. Go celebrate with the... Thank you. That was... all good. There we go. So excited. We'll have to chat to the match winner as well, scoring that winning goal, Ren Nagamatsu. Unfortunately, it wasn't a great one for Campbelltown City, but I will try and get another in a second as well. They're all just celebrating heavily at the moment, rightly so. What a great game it has been for them to be able to get back into this game as they did. And we'll get a couple in a second, boys. There's just so much celebrations going on. I'm going to jump right in and see if I can get someone ASAP.
Hey,
Let's get Scotty Nagel in. Scotty Nagel got his first cup final. He's celebrating. He's absolutely enjoying it, mate. Congratulations. Bit of history. You haven't won the grand final in the last recent times. How are you feeling to get the job done now?
Oh, it's fucking. Oh, I was going to swear that. Nah, it's bloody nice. It's been a great team. Loving the season, and I still want the GF. That's the 6th in a row. But yeah, to win a cup, it's fantastic. So yeah, it's awesome.
Must be a bit of relief for you to get rid of that that hoodoo over you. That's 6 grand finals in a row losing, but you finally got one. How are you going to celebrate tonight? 6 days? Or 6 days straight?
6 grand finals, but in total I think it's about 8 or so grand finals, including cups. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'll see what the boys want to do, but I think we're going to have a good night. It should be good.
Congratulations, mate. How did it feel when Ren scored the goal? Doesn't speak too much English. I just had a quick chat with him, but he seems he's very excited to be able to score. But how did you feel when it finally went in? You finally got that winner.
Oh, the last few minutes I was like by my nails walking up and down. Because you know what Campbelltown are like, they can get a goal out of anything. So they started pushing. The few moments I was just looking away, but when that final whistle went, I was the first one running on, took off the bib and straight on I went. Yeah.
Well, absolutely, mate. Well, go enjoy the atmosphere, soak it up, because it's been a long time coming for you, and I'm so happy for you.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Cheers.
There we go. Scotty Nagel has been waiting for that moment. We're going to get to Hamish Gow as well. He scored that incredible goal earlier on, scored the penalty as well. Sorry, it's a bit crazy at the moment. Everything's going on. Hamish Gow is with me at the moment, mate. Congratulations. That goal you scored early on, incredible things.
Oh yeah, cheers, thank you. Haven't scored one in a while. All been pens this year, so good time to score a good one.
How's it feeling to get the job done and be able to get this win for the team? It means so much to your club. I can just feel it. How does it feel for you to be able to be a part of it?
It feels phenomenal. I've been a part of MetroStars since 2016, and I've yet to be a part of a final. So this is the first final. It's an unbelievable feeling, and this hopefully should set us on. We've all got the belief we can go on and win the treble as well this year.
Absolutely, mate. We'll go and celebrate. You're about to get the presentation, so I'll let you go and celebrate with the boys.
Thank you.
No worries. Hamish Gow right there, boys. Back to you. About to do the presentations, and that was incredible to be a part of. Back to you, boys.
Thank you, Johnny. And again, just what a cup final that was. A match suiting to the occasion.
Yeah, it was a great final, wasn't it? As you said, it had everything. It had some world-class goals, red cards.
Had a bit of angst.
Yeah, I'm sure Campbelltown can feel very disappointed. You know, they played some great football at the beginning. That first 20 minutes, they could have easily put the game out of reach of Metros. So Metros can thank their goalkeeper that kept them in the game, and then some quality from Hamish Gow to put them in front. So overall, it was a great game to watch.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think, to be honest, I think Hamish Gow will probably get man of the match. He scored 2 goals. But to be honest, I think Carmody also deserves a good shout there. If it wasn't for him in that first half, Campbelltown would have been gone far away. Metro wouldn't have even been in the contest.
Yeah, most definitely. I think they were the 2 outstanding players for Metros that were consistently in the game. For the full game as well. So, as you said, the goalkeeper certainly kept Metros in touch with the game, which allowed them to get the win.
As we see the medal and trophy ceremony taking place, these 2 sides, the best teams in the state, you'd probably say at the moment, and both very much deserving of this cup final. And for the most part, it was pretty equal up until the red card.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting last few weeks of the season, isn't it? Campbelltown are now will really chase Metros for that top spot, so it'll be an interesting game the next time they play each other.
Yeah, the final series as well is going to be another level altogether with these 2 teams, because they'll meet. The 2 teams are going to finish first and second. Likely will finish first and second, and so you know that first they'll play a 2-leg game, so that's going to be a very enticing game to be a part of, those 2, that leg 1 and leg 2. So.
And they've also got the Australian Cup qualifier to come up as well, around 32.
They do. So
it's exciting times for both clubs in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Fingers crossed. We'll keep an eye out on that during the week, but fingers crossed that Adelaide United don't pull either one of these sides. That way we get 3 teams hopefully get through to the next round. That's what we want to see. We want to see all the Adelaide teams to get through to that next round. So, as good as the derbies are, I still prefer them not to happen so that we can get those teams through.
Or at least have them later.
Exactly.
And there's our player of the match, Hamish Gow, getting the brace and that spectacular winner. And thoroughly deserving of it.
Yeah, he had a very good game. He had good influence in the game, especially when he got into some of those more advanced positions. And we saw that with the ball for the winning goal that he played. And the goal, his second goal was just world class.
Yeah, he also had a hand in the first goal, the through ball to Chittadini for the penalty. So he had a hand in every goal. Had a great game, like I said, thoroughly deserved of deserving man of the match award. And like I said, I personally think that Carmody can probably hold his head up high and probably claimed a runner-up effectively. Would have been the second best player for Metro, because if it wasn't for him, Campbelltown would have been 3 or 4 goals up. So shout out to my goalkeeper there. I've got to stick with the goalkeeper union, so got to look after the boys. Remember when he was playing at Port Lion, actually, Port Pirates many years ago as a young lad, so it's come a long way. He's not so much young anymore, but it's good to see Carmody moving on and doing good things.
That big cheer there for the match winner, Ren Nagamatsu, who will now come up and collect his winner's medal.
It's good to see Nagel getting a winner's medal there. It's been a long time coming. It's for him. Between all his finals appearances, he didn't have one, so it's always the bridesmaid. This year he's finally got one, which is great to see.
James Tembelkovsky there getting his winner's medal, along with the Metro coaching staff. And all in all, a brilliant day here at ServiceFM Stadium across the 3 cup finals. Pitch held up very, very well.
I think it was a good showcase of South Australian football today. 2 quality sides that played some excellent football in that first 60 minutes, and both clubs should be proud of their players.
Shots of the Campbelltown players there. Of course, have their dinner later, which I say later, I think it started maybe
25 minutes.
Yeah, not too long ago.
I think they pushed it out to a 7 o'clock start, so they'll be all right. But yeah, a little bit of a sour note for them tonight. But the good thing is they've still got their under-18s, who've got a good result, and Campbelltown certainly hold their head up high, that's for sure.
Great interview there with Captain of Metro, Anthony Solania, as they'll now receive that trophy. And they'll all come over after they take a photo. All waiting tentatively. And now presenting your 2023 Federation Cup champions, MetroStars. they'll all have their turn holding the trophy and that banner. Last won the cup in 2017. And now back on that winners list for the South Australian Federation Cup. I think Johnny's going to try and get an interview, but we'll see how many of these players want to have a go at lifting the trophy first before he gets a chance to.
Their club song, I forgot, but it is the Venga Boys.
Is this actually their club song?
Yes, it is, yeah. So they play this every time they win. So quite an interesting game, but song to be honest, but hey, it works for them.
Johnny, we'll cross down to you in a little bit for interviews, but how's it down there after they've finally lifted the trophy?
No, you won't get him yet. You won't get him yet, he's too busy. It'll be interesting to watch, see if anything does happen actually. So just keep an eye on that.
Brilliant performance from both of these players' teams. And Johnny, down to you with the winning coach.
I am down here with Danny Greystone. He feels a bit more relaxed than he did earlier on, mate. How are you feeling, mate? Tell me about the emotions.
Look, it was hard for the players today. It was even harder for me. I'm absolutely exhausted.
Missed you completely.
That's what you get when you get goalkeepers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't. My feet are drenched.
I saw that coming.
That wasn't good. Someone was trying to say about your phone and they gave it away.
Oh shit, where's it?
Well, anyway, I am absolutely drenched. I'm not happy about this. But anyway, how are you feeling? Because I'm not feeling great at the moment.
Look, it's a fantastic achievement for the squad. We've worked extremely hard for this all year. So proud of them today. Look, and also good big mention to Campbelltown, because what a game that was. You know, it's be difficult to be on the losing side, and we've got to prepare for them coming back stronger, because that's going to hurt. So hopefully we'll play against them in a few weeks' time in the finals, and we can see a contest like that again. But look, I think, to be quite honest with you, we're the best version of ourselves today. I think we got it over the line, but we can play better than that. So hopefully we'll just work on a few things in between now and then, and hopefully it won't be go down to the wire.
Well, you're not even halfway. We're just halfway through your first term at the club as a head coach. How did you expect to get silverware this early in your time there?
Look, our objective when I came in was the club wanted to win silverware again, so that was our priority. We had two priorities, which was to get to back on the national stage, the round of 32, and win some silverware. But look, I'm a hungry coach. I put a lot, even though I'm full-time, I work a lot more than full-time hours. You know, I work extremely hard, and so do the players, and really this is for them. They deserve this. They really deserve this.
Absolutely. Well, I'm assuming you got some great plans to go out and just have a good night tonight with the boys.
Yeah, we're sure we will.
Well, I'm going to let you go. My feet are drenched, and well done for staying dry.
Thank you, mate. I saw it coming out of the corner of my eye. Thank you, mate.
I need to work on that better for next time. Well done, Danny. That was Danny Greystone. He is luckily dry. My feet are not. They're absolutely drenched at the moment. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the drive home, but they're freezing cold. That was a lot of ice. Back.
Thank you, Johnny, for that interview with Danny Greystone. And yeah, his first piece of silverware for Metro. And what a way to do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on him as well, coming into a role that is just been made full-time. Robbie Saraceno has been in there for a long time, so there's a lot of pressure on him to come in, take the reins, win stuff, especially taking on a full-time role, and it's already paid off.
Celebration still occurring on the sidelines. But full credit to Campbelltown as well, made this game into what it ended up being, which is a great spectacle. Still going around with the banners and everything else. We'll look through the highlights from the match. Hamish Gow with that early penalty. It was a save, and then followed in. So that one first working out. You can see that reaction of how they felt.
It's Rob Brendy. How are you feeling, mate, to get this silverware here today?
Look, I'm ecstatic. The club set out on a mission at the beginning of the season. We have a vision. We know what we want to achieve, and this is just the first step to achieving that vision. So,
got the job done. It's a lot of hard work from the volunteers, the players, the coaches. How does it feel to get this reward? Even the sponsors that you've got on board, how does it feel to do that for them?
Mate, what we do is for our sponsors, our volunteers, and our workers, and the people behind the scenes, mate. This is what it's all about. So this is for them more than anything else right now. But yeah, we enjoy this now, but yeah, we've still got a championship to fight for and a top spot to fight for as well.
I'm assuming TK Shuttle Reserve is the next stop on your drive home?
It certainly is. We're all back there tonight for some food and drink, and yeah, I don't know what time we'll finish up, but we'll finish up there tonight. Yep.
Nice, mate. Well, look forward to seeing the videos and all that of what goes on in the celebrations, because I know what the food's like on a Thursday night down there, TK Shutter. It's delicious, so I'm assuming it's going to be amazing.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys, and good job tonight. Well done.
Thank you so much, Rob, and enjoy the win. That was the president from MetroStars. Back to you, boys.
Thank you, Johnny. Your Federation Cup winners, MetroStars here in South Australia. And what a great way to finish off a day of football with a match like that.
Yeah, certainly showcased what was the best of both teams. They both had good moments in the game, and you know, in the end, I don't think anyone can complain that MetroStars lifted the trophy.
No, certainly not over the course of the 120 minutes. But yeah, great on show from both teams. Had their moments, and one of the moments there of the game was Hamish Gale's second goal. Absolute world class. That you'd see that in your EPL or your Italian and your Spanish La Liga highlights, that type of finish. So, and that's what we want to see in this local league, and it's great for the game.
So, Johnny, we'll cross down you for the last time. Johnny, do you enjoy your time on the sidelines tonight?
Yeah, boys, it's been a great night on the sidelines. Disappointed it ended with my feet being absolutely frozen. But you can hear it in the background behind me. They're celebrating very, very hard, and it's going to be going all night. You can hear it properly. It is loud.
Yep, definitely can.
This up here, though, it's emptied out now because they're on their way to TK Shuttle Reserve. And, boys, the atmosphere was unreal. This is cup football. I enjoyed my time down here, and I hope you guys enjoyed it back at home as well, because this was a cup final, one not to forget here tonight, because that is what it's all about. That celebration in there, boys. Back to you. I enjoyed it down here, and up there with Mark. And back to you, boys. And Carl, it was great having you on board here tonight, as well as Mark and Seb, as always. But back to you, boys.
Thank you, Johnny. And yeah, that's all from us today. Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Carl, especially for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed your time having to spend with both me and Mark.
No, that was truly enjoyable, a great game of football, and as I said, deserved winners, MetroStars.
Mark,
yeah, no, thanks for having us. It's been a great day of football for the Football Federation as well. So it's time for us to get out of here and watch Metro boys celebrate.
Those final scenes in the MetroStars changing room as we'll leave you here. Thank you so much for joining us on this Federation Cup final here at ServiceFM Stadium. Metro coming out 3-2 winners against Campbelltown City. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you for more South Australian football in the near future.